4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Don.
Cross your legs, honey. Let's get out of this inning.
Hahn.
I didn't know you were a screamer.
And Rosenberg.
Happy Jewish New Year, not Newish Jew Year.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
3 o'clock in the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on a Wednesday. Thanks for joining us as we're still basking in the glow of a Knicks championship.
Oh, my God. It's crazy to hear every time.
We've talked to everybody. We're going to talk to more people later on today. Rick Brunson is going to join us at some point a little bit later on in the show.
Father of the Year.
And
that's right.
Father's Day is Sunday.
Perfect. Father of the Year.
You're talking about the perfect gift.
Father of the generation.
Oh,
for sure.
Think about what he's done. Think about what Rick has given and his wife have given the entire tri-state.
What you have delivered.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
I will tell you this, though. We talked a lot about all the celebrities at Madison Square Garden, but the biggest one and the one that is the most diehard and is not there to be seen, but there to root for his team is Spike Lee, and we open the show with him. Spike, congratulations, man.
What's up, gentlemen? What's happening? Speaking to you from the People's Republic of Brooklyn, New York, Fort Greene.
I just need to know what you felt and when you knew this is going to happen. What moment was it, and how did you feel?
Well, I had an inkling that this team, there was something to this team that was special. But I have to go back. I was at May 8th, 1970. I was at the Willis Reed game. Don't say that to Walt Frazier.
Mm-hmm.
I was at that game. And when we were winning that game, I thought about my father, who's no longer here. Great musician, bassist, Bill Lee, did a lot of scores for my films. And he would take me to the old garden. Nedick style. I love them Nedick hot dogs. And we sat in the new garden. We were sitting in blue heavens. You couldn't afford it anymore. So, I was just happy to be in the garden with my father in the blue seats. You could touch the ceiling. So I was really thinking about my father. When I had tears in my eyes, thinking about my father, I thought that, my father's looking down because he was a big Knicks fan.
Right.
And Walt Frazier was this guy. My father used to play this club called West Boondock. And that's where Walt Frazier would always go. It's over on the west side, the jazz club. And that's where Walt would always go there at the game. So my first autograph was a tab for the bar that Walt signed for me. So I go way back, Coach Red Holzman, Senator Bradley, Dave DeBusschere, Dick Barnett, Walt Frazier, you had Cassie Russell, Stallworth, come on, Nate Bowman, Bill Hoskett, Donnie Mae, John Warren. I mean, these are the guys I grew up with. And I, stuff happened. I became a filmmaker, and because I was saying, I know I want to be a filmmaker from the jump. I was saying in high school, if I make any money, I'm going to get season tickets.
What year did you end up getting them, Spike? What year did you get the season tickets?
Let me tell a story.
Okay, sorry.
When Dave DeBusschere, no problem, say hello. When Dave DeBusschere picked the envelope, I know it was hot or cold,
Right, the frozen envelope.
We don't leave that out. But I ran to the subway, got up at 34th Street, and I slept online. So back then, the garden, every section had a different color. So my first season tickets were green. And then every movie I would move down. It was green, yellow, red, and brown.
Right.
So I was moving down every couple of years because I remember in New York you're going to see the Lakers every weekend, and so I would see Jack Nicholson at the Fabulous Forum. I say, yo, because I every time I see Jack, I remind him, like, you're the reason why I got court seats. And I got the word, because they weren't selling those seats front row. And I got the word they're selling them, and I said, bet. So I've had season tickets, not courts, I've had season tickets since Patrick Ewing's
Wow, since draft night for Patrick.
rookie year.
Wow.
And also, but I was seeing, back then, the Big East was you know what?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I was at the sweater game.
Wow.
Coach Russell wore the same sweater as Louis Carter II. I mean, the Big East back then, I mean, it was tremendous. And then they get him. So, I've just been orange and blue. And to have, I had tears in my eyes because I was thinking about my father.
Yeah. No,
And he would have been jumping up and down too.
That is so awesome. We're talking to Spike Lee here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. We have recency bias. So you hear people, pundits, Rick Brunson or Jalen Brunson is the best Knick of all time or whatever. You saw them all. Like, where do you rank Jalen right now among the greatest Knicks of all time?
To be honest, my brothers, I really try to stay out of that rank stuff, and I think it's gone bananas with Michael and LeBron.
Yeah.
And so that's coming for me. For me, I try to stay away from. And you guys on the radio really.
It's hard. It's hard, Spike. We got to fill 4 hours every day,
radio
Spike.
guys, these sports radio guys.
That's right.
Who's better? Who's number one? And that stuff.
It's content.
I stay out of it.
It's content.
I'm just messing with you. I know.
Yeah.
That has something to talk to, and people to call in too.
But I'll tell you what.
People say, "Well, that guy's a bum. That guy's great. That guy stinks."
I
Ship
saw
by town.
Spike. I saw a video though of someone you did call after that game. You know what I'm talking about?
What game?
After
No.
the Knicks won the championship. I don't know if it was performed.
70 or the
This
other
one.
day?
This one, the other day.
Yeah.
I saw
What'd I
you
say?
make a phone call in the voice of Mars Blackman.
That's right.
Well, that was a commercial. I was doing Mike a favor. Mike's on his boat somewhere in the Mediterranean. I had to let him know.
Did Jordan call you and congratulate you when they won?
No, that was a commercial.
Not in real
He
life.
doesn't call me. He's on a boat. He's on a boat in the morning. Man, I don't want to bother him.
Can you possibly? Is there a way to sort of put into words your level of affection, not just for the championship, but for this team and the way they play?
And I'm not going to be the first to say this. People have said it, and it's true. New York City is a city game. And no disrespect to the Brooklyn Nets who are down the block in Barclays Center from my office. But you got the Jets and the Giants and the Yankees and the Mets, and they don't get along. Mm-hmm. So it's and the hockey, you got 3 hockey teams. Mm-hmm. So it is the orange-blue that has New York united behind them. And on top of that, I said before, how many basketball courts are in New York City? How many?
Tons.
Probably more than
And
baseball
then-
fields.
What's this thing they play now? I mean, there's a lot of the fake tennis. What's it called?
Oh, pickleball.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Did you say fake
they're
tennis?
taking over the basketball court.
I've seen that. Spike, the other night, it was a couple of weeks ago. It was before actually, it was a warm day before the playoffs started. And I was driving through somewhere, and I saw a basketball court, and I saw a pickleball setup. I said, this has got to stop. Like, this is not good.
It's epidemic. It's
we gotta
epidemic.
Stop this. But then I saw it was after I think it was after the Knicks beat the Sixers. And I remember again driving, and I was in Queens, and I saw that the courts filled with kids. That's
with
that's
nets,
hard.
right?
It was just no net. Oh, of course, no nets. There's no nets on those.
It has to be stopped.
But Spike, but specifically, like the way this team plays, though, it just seems like the ultimate Knicks team, like the kind of leader Brunson is, the role that Hart plays. Oh, everything about it just seems perfect for this city, doesn't it? You have a Puerto Rican and a Dominican on one New York team.
Yes.
It's like
Dominicana.
it couldn't like
But
Spike.
here's
Could
the
it be
thing.
any better? It's crazy.
But this is something I've been thinking about too, gentlemen. I think about the 69-70 Knicks. I think about Red Holzman. Find the open man. So it's real. You can make a correlation between that team and this team.
Spike,
So
yeah. Clyde does.
54 years apart.
Right.
It only took
53,
that
I'm sorry.
long to get back to the way that worked, right? To the style of play.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me, Spike, because Clyde does, he never will throw around those kind of compliments that easily, but he has said that. It reminds me of our championship teams, the way they play. Game 4, I saw you. We made eye contact on the court after that game. And then you came over and started giving me the dissertation about Game 7 and Willis Reed, and because I said to you, where do you put this moment on this Garden court? That night will probably be the same. Like we'll probably live forever, just like the Willis Reed night. There'll be people talking about the crowd pop on that OG tip. You got to feel that, right?
Yeah, it was. I don't remember most of that game.
I know.
And I'm telling you. So I'm sitting courtside, and I have the championship ring for 69-70 and championship ring from 72-73, and I cupped them in my hands. So I looked like I was praying, but the championship rings were inside my hands, and it looked. I was the only one praying because it looked bleak. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn. But sometimes prayers are answered, and we were victorious, and we were just a better team. I mean, I don't want to, my brother Darren Fox, but he could dribble that out. So everything we needed to do, we did. Everything they needed to do, they didn't do. So, and we 53 years, we deserved it.
Oh, there's no question you deserved it. And
we deserved it. And like these guys saying, I'm not naming no names, well, we were the better team, and get the F out of here.
Spike, analytically, this series should still be going on.
Oh, what about what's the Cleveland coach?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Kenny Atkinson.
Kenny, that was a tough one.
OMG. Well, analytically, we really won the game. What? I've never heard a coach say that in my life.
That's the
John
analytics.
Wooden would have beat him in the head with a bat.
Hey, Spike, are you there was a lot of chatter about the other, notables who are at these games. Are you impressed with the level of commitment and fanship of any of these new celeb fans, like a Timothy Chalamet? Any of these people jump out to you as people who you would include in your class?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, and this is God's honest truth. I'm there to watch the Knicks. I pay a ton for my seats, and anything else I'm not worried about. For me, there's no competition. Mr. Dolan has to do what he has to do. It's team, but I'm there because I love the Knicks. I grew up on the Knicks, and it's a dream. I hope, praying that one day I would sit on the group, not even knowing what I was a filmmaker. I mean,
right.
But if that didn't happen, I would still be in the blue seat. So
Yeah.
I would still be there. You had the SGO thing in high school, the card.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you got discount. I went to John Duke High School in Coney Island. So I'm just elated. I'm going to the parade tomorrow. Oh, let me tell you. Let me tell you this. So I get a call the day before yesterday, and it's Rick Brunson. And Rick says to me, Spike, you got a float? I ain't got no I don't have a float.
You should.
And he said, my son wants you on the float. I dropped the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know if I was going.
Well,
you're going now.
Rick called me. I'm going now. And he said, I want you to be in my son's float.
Wow, man.
I mean, I felt, I mean, that's,
yeah.
It's like, because I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, this whole thing about rings.
Yeah, people said you might get a ring.
I got nothing to do with that. I'm not banking on it. Look, so I just want to say that this campaign, sign a petition, stuff like that, I had nothing. NUTTI, nothing to do with that. DAT.
Yeah, Spike,
that's, for those of you who don't know, that's Brooklynese.
There are so many storylines to this run. You know, 13-game
Who's
winning
writing
streak.
the book?
Well, I was going to say,
writing the book?
is there a movie in there, and would you make it?
We need to do a movie, though.
I think it's a documentary.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I don't, but that might be done already. But this is it also, I don't think it's too early to say, back to back. I don't think it's too early.
You're ready to say it.
Some people, I'm saying it. Some people, well, why are you waiting for the parade? I'm saying it now. Back to back. Why not? Why shouldn't we think like that?
You should think like that.
We were batting it back and forth yesterday because I've been lucky enough to see championships with the Giants and the Mets and all that. But when
the Mets never won back to back. What are you crazy?
No, I didn't say back to back. How about making the playoffs back to back? That'd be nice. But no, I'm saying is the feeling of when does it kick back in again? Like you're in a euphoria right now. Will there be a moment next season where all right, it's back on again, and then you worry,
returning.
and then there's agony, and then there's disappointment if they lose, or is there a euphoria that kind of carries through for a while where the losses don't bother you as much and not winning doesn't bother you as much?
A loss for me bothers me no matter what, especially losing streaks. Mm-hmm. But I think that we could ride. Think about it. It's been 53 years since we won, so I don't think it's one and done. We wait another 53 years? No, let's keep it going.
No, you don't want to wait till 2079. That would be the year if we had to wait 53 more. We're not here anymore.
Please, no.
But I'm going to keep it optimistic and enjoy this. Enjoy this. And I'm not going to be like, well, what happens if this happens or this happens? Let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy it. And another thing, I got to get off with. This has brought this city, let's leave out the knuckleheads, they're doing that dumb stuff.
Of course.
But New York City when I was growing up, the mayor was called John Lindsay, and he had this famous line. He said, "You call New York City Fun City," and I think that we're back there now. New York City is Fun City now, and they say that they might have this is going to be the biggest tape parade ever in the history of New York City tomorrow.
We could be over 1 million.
Yeah, the Yankees get 1 million.
I don't believe so.
I mean, this is big. This to me is as big as it could possibly be because this team unites the city unlike anyone else. Spike,
right.
Spike,
like we had, split up between different teams. This is a New York City. This is the Knicks, orange and blue. That's New York, and people who don't even know anything about basketball, they're wearing Yankee.
That's true.
They're wearing the orange and blue T-shirts. That you can make a documentary about this parade tomorrow. Hopefully the rain holds off.
Spike, have you seen? Speaking of T-shirts, I know you're a man who appreciates the people on the people on the street who are selling their bootlegs. Have you seen? My wife went out. The number one shirt she went out. She went to 125th Street yesterday to buy it.
Oh,
have you seen?
She was in Harlem, uptown.
She went uptown. Have you seen the Spike Lee bootleg that's moving around?
There's a bootleg shirt of me?
Oh, yeah. It's a cartoon, a flattering cartoon of your face.
Flattering, all right. Put that word flattering in front of cartoon.
But it's a cartoon of your face with Knicks logos all around you, but you're the centerpiece of the shirt. You got to get one.
Yeah, I'm not paying for it, though.
If your face is on it, you should get it for
I'm not
free.
mad, Let these guys, let them make their money.
That's right.
Make your money.
Well, man,
Make your money.
we're so happy for you because we know how genuine a fan you are and what a good guy
Thank
you are. Whenever I'm at the Garden and I see you, you always give me some time, and I do appreciate that. So good luck with everything you're doing.
It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. The love of basketball and competition and the New York Knicks.
And you're going to be on the float tomorrow.
You guys do a great job on the radio, on TV, too.
Thank you,
Well,
buddy.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Have fun on the
Are you
float.
guys going to cover? You guys can cover from have somebody at the location doing the parade while you're on the air?
Yes, we're gonna have Chris Carlin and Bart Scott are gonna be down there tomorrow.
And I'm going to be there.
All right.
Spike, I'm going to be
I'm looking for you, okay?
I'm going to be on this float
I don't know
behind you.
the Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
But look, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Rain or shine.
I will find you.
Thanks, Spike.
All right, rain or shine.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Guys,
Thanks a lot,
thank you.
man.
Love. All right,
man.
Appreciate you.
That is Spike Lee, still euphoric after what happened, and why not? He's going to be on a float with
By the way,
Jalen Brunson.
I looked it up. 1,441 basketball courts in New York City.
That's the number?
Yeah.
1441.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely the city's game for sure. And the Knicks are
We
right
got to get
now.
those pickleball nets off them. Let's go.
Yeah, like how many of them have been infiltrated at this
Get
point?
these
Well, I
outta
think
here.
it'll be a lot easier to
these
do it
kids
now
play
than it would have been 2 weeks ago. There's so many people you feel happy for, and I'm certainly happy for Spike, certainly happy for the other Spike in St. Pete and how long he's been a fan. But in the infancy of this radio station, I met Anthony Donahue, and he's Mr. New York, Yankee fan, Ranger fan, but the Knicks were always his team, always represented his team, always tried to get into the Garden, finding a way to just be a part of everything. And I always said, man, I wonder what Anthony's going through if they ever won a championship. Well, now we get to find out because he's just outside our doors here, and he's going to join us to tell us what it's like.
Today's a day for the fans. Spike Lee, the Anthony Donahues, you guys out there listening, 1-800-919-3776. As we get ready for the parade, what a great day to celebrate the fans.
Anthony Donahue coming up next. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, a full vehicle today at 7 o'clock, and then Dan Gross on ESPN New York.
The New York Knicks, world champions. Finally.
Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
Enjoy it, Knicks fan. Enjoy it, Knicks Nation. Signed, sealed, and delivered, your 2026 New York Knicks.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks.
On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. Not anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. All through this tournament, the betting options on FanDuel bring you straight onto the pitch. Who will score the first goal? How many shots will each team have during the match? It's all right there in the app. And with same-game parlays, you have a chance for bigger payouts. And best of all, with FanDuel, you get paid instantly when you win. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Start with a gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Come on, ref, end the game.
What's the rush? We're winning.
And we're going to keep winning if we get to the Nissan Summer Sales event.
What?
The event where you can score great savings on a new Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier.
Can it hold off 10 minutes?
Oh, sure. You think the #1 brand of new vehicle quality by J.D. Power is just going to wait for you?
I get it, but we waited years for this match.
But look at these incentives.
Wait, are you serious? Come on, ref! Blow the whistle! Blow the whistle!
The whistle is blowing on these savings. Hurry in and bring home a winning offer at the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Now, well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, Pathfinder, or Frontier, excluding S-Trim. For JD Power 2025 US IQS award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example: 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Frontier S-Term 1.9% APR for 60 months at $1,748 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to INMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N6/3026.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Sure, keeping things casual has its time and place. But sometimes simply playing to have fun isn't enough. So when you're looking for a way to up the ante, try these 5 simple words. Play you for an ultra? That always seems to do the trick. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch, Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. Already a bad ride out there on the roads. We're going to start off in Nassau County. Southern State westbound shut down right before Baldwin Road in Hempstead. An earlier crash involving a whole bunch of cars. Now an investigation. Everybody's being forced off onto the Meadowbrook eastbound side. Just packed with everybody stopping to take a look. Sunrise Highway, a good alternate heading through the area. Inbound George Road work on the upper deck about 20 to 30 minutes using 8095. Best of it to the outbound George Westside Highway and Henry Hudson. Outbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnels about 10 to 15 minutes each. 80 westbound at a standstill in Jersey. A car fire being worked on by exit 56 for Squirrelwood Road in Patterson. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Kansas is offering 10% off qualifying Pella projects and 50% off qualifying Pella installations. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends June 30th, 2026.
Don on and Rosenberg take up till 7 o'clock, and then it's Dan Grassa. Calls a little bit later on, but before we welcome in our next guest, let's talk to Anthony Pusick because he's got something to say.
Thank you, Don. New York, Champs Sports has you covered. If you're looking to get your hands on Knicks championship gear, head to Champs Sports Fan Central Station at 125 West 33rd Street or your local Champs Sports store. The city's celebrating, the parade's coming up, and there's no better time to gear up and rep New York.
Kidding me?
Knicks championship gear is available now at Champs Sports Fan Central Station and local Champs Sports stores. I saw it on Instagram. They have Brunson shirts, guys. If you need a Brunson shirt, if you want the Finals MVP on your back before you get to the parade tomorrow, you can get it at Champs. And while you're there, Fan Central Station is still home to soccer jerseys for every national team fan, USA, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, and more, all under one roof.
Thank you, Anthony. Well, speaking of Anthony, let's go to another one, Anthony Donahue, who I met back in 2004 when he started working here at ESPN, back when it was 1050, and then we went on to be 98.7 and now 880 and beyond with ESPN New York. I knew him as a Yankee fan as the Yankees were about to blow the 3-0 series lead against the Red Sox.
He's got to bring that up.
Got to know him a little bit more because of the fact that he was a big Ranger fan going to the Garden, but above everything else, he was Mr. Nick, and he suffered through it all, and now he can call himself a champion. And we had to have you in studio. How are you, buddy?
Don, thank you so much, man. That was an incredible intro. But, yeah, it's been an incredible, last few days. I dreamed of it my whole life, but now the dream is finally a reality, and I just don't want these days to end. I'm just soaking it all in.
Were you there?
In San Antonio?
Did you go?
No, I thought about it. So I wrestled with this throughout my life, even over the last 20 years, where if the Knicks were about to win a championship and I was able to go to that city, if it's not in New York, obviously if it was in New York, I would have been there.
Mm-hmm.
Would I want to be on the road or would I want to be in New York? And I thought about going. And I said, no, I need to be in New York. See, I went to Cleveland for Game 4.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. But I had to be in New York on Saturday night for the championship.
Where were you and, like, what was that? Again, I've known you for such a long time, and you and I have talked about this.
Yep.
Right? We talked
even when
about,
there was no chance of even being 500.
There was zero chance, right, of even winning. It's like, what's it going to be like? Yep. How can you get there? Like, we would do this all the time. And so I just need to know where were you and when did it hit you? Like, when did you know, like, this is going to happen?
I would say I had a feeling going into the series we were going to win, but as far as Saturday night, with about 2 minutes left, once we took the lead, and this team just doesn't lose leads. I mean, they are so great. I mean, to go 16-3 in the playoffs, but with about 2 minutes left, I'm like, we're really about to win this championship. And I didn't enjoy watching the game Saturday. I was so tense. I was so stressed, but I couldn't believe it, and I was in tears. I was probably actually in more tears after Game 4.
Well, I was going to ask you about Game 4.
Game 4.
To me, that's when I knew.
Take us through Game 4.
Yeah.
So over the years, in many interviews I've done, or people ask me, what's the best Knick game you've ever been at? And every time I'll give them a different answer but now for the rest of my life, there's no way another game could beat Game 4 of the Knicks Spurs NBA Finals at the Garden. That was incredible. I remember at halftime, so I'm a big Wu-Tang fan, but at halftime, I left and went downstairs. I went down to the boardroom, got a little something to eat. I didn't even want to see Wu-Tang. I was furious, and I was thinking about what's my tweet and what's my Instagram post going to be saying, everybody calm down.
Right.
It's a 3-game series. We're going back to San Antonio. Right. It's going to be okay. And then the comeback started. And then I said to someone at halftime, get to 12 going into the fourth quarter. And I believe ended up being 15.
It was 15.
And I said to Alicia, my fiance, who was next to me at the game, I said, we can win this game. And then when it got to 7, 8, 9, I said, we're winning this game.
That's what everybody had that emotion.
We're winning this game. And, man, when it came down to that last play, Jalen, and obviously the whole building knew the ball was going to Jalen Brunson. Mm-hmm. He gets the rock. Got a good look, a little deep from 3. And then all of a sudden you see OG Anunoby crashing.
Hand of God.
And then he tips it in. And I saw so many grown-ups in absolute tears on Wednesday night. It was incredible. I was, and then when the buzzer went off and the Spurs didn't score, it was just pandemonium. I completely just broke down.
It's an amazing play when you think about it, Anthony, because you said you see OG coming through, and just him coming through is great. That's half the battle. But we've talked about this. The likelihood of being able to get that tip in, if you were to go do that just for fun 10 times.
Oh, yeah.
With no defenders.
You shoot it.
It would be
I'm
hard
going to run from here.
And I'm going to time it and tip. Even with no defenders, you're not hitting it that many times.
Exactly. Right. And thankfully, Victor Wembanyama was out on Jalen Brunson, so the lane was open. And here came
But
OG
think about how much it worked out. By Victor being out that far, it forced Brunson to put so much arc on the shot to get it over Wembanyama, which puts it off the rim that high. Everything was meant. That's how you knew the championship was coming.
So much had to go right. And that wasn't the first win of the series. It wasn't the second win of the series. It was the third win of the series, and we knew we were about to be champions. And it was just incredible, especially for the fans that have really stuck through it, man. Not the ones that showed up last week. The ones that have stuck through it. The ones that were there for whether it's Clarence Weatherspoon or thinking Alonzo Trier was going to be a go-to guy, or the list goes on. For those fans, man.
Well, the 202019 lottery when we all gathered waiting for it. You remember that night?
Of course,
we're all sitting there just going,
at
when
the
this
former
thing,
Pensley.
That's right. And they get Zion. This will all turn, and then it's like they didn't get the 1 pick. They didn't even get the 2 pick. They got the 3rd damn pick. But that pick helped you get OG Anunoby.
It did. OG Anunoby is this generation's Dave DeBusschere.
That's a great call. Great call. You are on a billboard on 34th Street.
And pretty cool.
Like seriously though, this is this is a larger than life picture of you in your Knicks gear. Just
during the whole finals.
It's
come on, man. Come on, man. Tell me how did you pull that off?
Some Nike hit me up. Nike reached out to me. Jonathan, Jonathan,
Mannion?
Yeah. They reached out to me. This guy shot 8 Jay-Z album covers, and he shot the cover for Nas' Godson. Reached out to me, invited me to be in the photo shoot, and I was one of the first photos to go out. So I was on the billboard the whole finals.
All right, how long did you stand there waiting for you to come back around again?
Not too long, like
you
no
were,
more than 2 minutes.
But you know you ran there to get a picture.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
After game 1, I was at the Garden at the viewing party, and it was out there.
Brother, I was walking down the street back from one of our shows, and I look up and I go, holy crap. I was like, what's he doing? Like that. I thought that was amazing.
You know what's fascinating? Like, there's been a lot of chatter about and loose use of the word Knicks fans, right?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of loose use of it and seeing the worst clips on social media, and people will say to me, like, you know, how do you deal with Knicks fans? And I'm like, I don't think of those people on social media. I think of Anthony Donahue. You know, I think of people
he's
like
the
you.
definition of it.
No, you are the definition. And, you know, at the risk of us all, you know, falling apart here, I got to ask you about thinking about your sister through this. We all saw what happened with Gianna and how you were there with her from beginning to end. She was such an integral part at the games. Saw you guys together at games. Everyone's told their story. We've heard about Carl's mom, all these things. Just, did you speak to her through the series? How much did you feel her presence through this?
I felt her presence throughout the whole finals, the whole playoffs, and just knowing how happy she'd be for me, and just seeing even like the billboard and how happy she'd be about that. And I'm so glad. And just now having a daughter, and her middle name is Gianna, and to have the year that I've had, just in the last 6 months alone, I became a father. Alicia and I got engaged, and the Knicks won a championship. Like, and after all that's happened the last 5-6 years, losing my sister, losing my whole world, never thinking, there was times that I just woke up not even wanting to be alive. And then all that's happened, you know, between meeting my now fiance Alicia and Autumn coming to the world and the Knicks winning the championship, man, you can't put a price on any of that stuff.
It's going to be hard to top 2026.
No.
How old are you?
I'm 42 now.
So, oh my God, time flies. So, you know, I met you. You're in your early 20s.
I was 20. I was 20 exactly.
And hustling.
And I always think, like, looking at you, that you were just thrown so much at such an early age. It would have been so easy when the Knicks were winning 19 games to just say, man, I got family issues. I've got a career I got to focus on. Like, was there ever a moment you wavered? Was there ever a moment like, I just don't have time? I'm going to let it slide. I'll get back to it another time. Life is just too busy. What made you hang in with this team with everything that was going on in your life?
Well, the short answer is no. I never gave up on this team. I never gave up on this organization. Even through a lot of the bad years, I always wanted to feel that feeling I had. The feeling I had being 10 years old with Patrick Ewing putting the dunk back after the John Starks missed layup. The feelings I had of beating the Heat 3 years in a row or getting to the finals in '99, beating the Pacers. I wanted to feel that again, and I never gave up. I was searching for that feeling. And finally, over the last 4 to 5 years, I felt those feelings again. You know, beating the Cavs in 2023, beating the Sixers in 2024, getting to the conference finals last year, beating the Boston Celtics. I mean, that was incredible right there. And now being NBA champions, I never gave up. And there were seasons, it was pretty obvious we weren't going to win more than 5 games. But I love this team so much. I love this franchise so much. I love this organization so much. How could I give up?
And you go to every home game?
Just about 99%. I miss 1 or 2 a year.
He sleeps there. Let's be honest.
I missed 2.
I've gone in to do my show last year when I used to do the show from in the building. I've gone in, there he is. I'm like, what are you doing here? The game's not for another 3 hours. Like that should be the commercial, by the way. Is somewhere you like
living in MSG,
just living there. But for you though, like you've named so many players, rattle them off, all strange pulls, which makes it fun. But who is right now your favorite player?
I mean, it's got to be Jalen Brunson,
yeah,
without a doubt. And I said this, I was on Pix 11 the other day. I mean, I'm not trying to make a hot take here. I mean, Jalen Brunson is the greatest Knick of all time. He's the great. I love Clyde. Patrick was never as clutch as Jalen.
Clyde's got 2 rings.
I know, but what Jalen does, and granted, I wasn't watching all the Clyde games. I wasn't even born, obviously. Yeah. But what I've seen Jalen do the last 4 seasons, especially in big situations, and him being 6'1", and how he's not the fastest, he's not the quickest, he's not the strongest, and seeing what he does live, 40 times a year, Jalen Brunson is absolutely incredible.
You relate to him because of this, don't you? The resiliency that he shows, the toughness, the fact that he never gives up when it's easy to, right? Like there's something about you and your story that has to. You look at him and That relates to you,
Yeah,
doesn't
when I play ball, I kind of feel like I'm the Jalen Brunson of Equinox, you know?
I don't know if I was talking about your game. I mean,
I thought you were talking about my hoops game.
Oh, my God.
But but isn't it crazy to Alan's point?
No, but yes, you're right, though. Never giving up, being doubted. I had people tell me 10, 15 years ago, give up on your career, try to get a day job, don't do sports. And, now, I got a lot of things going on. I got 2 brand deals tomorrow. I got to work at the parade. So,
It's to see what you've done transforming this passion into your life is amazing. We were talking the other day about Fife Dog, and he's another person, like Gianna. We have all these amazing people who are no longer here to see this. But like Fife,
he loved the Knicks. He was a hip hop artist that really bled orange and blue.
No, he didn't just. And by the way, I want to say this about Fife, my brother. I love Fife, my guy. A lot of sports, I could argue some fraud. Not when it came to his Jets or his Knicks. He loved to root for random college teams, player here, player there. But he never deviated from that team. And I feel that he would have loved Josh Hart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There are guys on this team. There are dogs on this team. We're not going to channel Mike Brown. There are dogs on this team who I just think Fife would have really admired. And so who else, besides Jalen, who is obvious, though, who else do you see as like the most definitive Knicks from this team?
Knicks,
I would say OG Anunoby and Josh Hart. I mean, both those numbers are going to go to the rafters, when it's all said and done, especially winning a championship, kind of like the 94 Rangers. So a lot of those guys up there, Adam Graves, Mike Richter, Mark Messier, Brian Leach, I think,
I think
Josh
the whole five.
Yeah,
the whole 5 goes up.
You think so?
I think the whole 5 goes up.
Yeah, I do too. We haven't retired a number since February 28th, 2003, when Patrick Ewing went up there. So I expect Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns,
because they all,
and maybe Mikal Bridges to go up there.
But they've all had signature moments.
Yep,
they've all
of
had
course.
like important,
You're right,
impactful moments that without them, you're not winning.
Guys,
right?
is it fair to say, I said this earlier, I was talking like extemporaneously, and I was like, wait a second. If you had to break it down, OG was MVP of the first series. Cat was MVP of the second series. Third series, it started transitioning sort of from Cat to Jalen, and then Jalen took them the rest of the way.
Yeah.
They really had a best player at every different time, and then fittingly,
and
it's Jalen with the iconic finals.
Right. 45 points and a closeout game.
On the road?
That's an all-timer. Mikal also had moments.
He did.
Where without, and again, nobody wants to talk about his defense in the finals. His defense in the finals was off the chart.
How about Josh
and
Hart
his psycho eyes after game 2, where he had that look in his eye? I don't know if you saw that interview.
Was crazy.
Where his eyes are crazy.
Yep, that was awesome.
That's when you're
love
like,
seeing that.
And how about Josh, who's had his moments where like he'd get open threes and miss them? It feels like he hit every big open 3 in the playoffs.
Like when you had to have it.
And he's done that throughout his Knicks tenure. You go back to game 1 versus the Cavs in 2023. He hit a big 3 when the Knicks were down on the road. Also game
Sixers.
6 in Philadelphia, 2024. So when Josh Hart needs to make a 3, he's going to knock it down.
That's my DMV guy right there.
Well, enjoy it, man. It's going to be fun. I'm so proud of your success,
most famous Knicks fan.
Yeah, you're the guy.
He's on billboards in New York. Think about it. He's on billboards in New York City.
But you know what's great about him, honestly, is that at this stage, 42, child, going to get married, there could be a lot of angles that he's working through this to be able to make money, to get some face time. His priority is this team and winning.
No, he's a crazy person also.
But that's based on. Listen, skip over. If I saw somebody like Anthony Donahue in the street, I'd be like, this is just a guy that's just trying to get his 15 minutes.
Right.
You would trade it all for the
15
championship,
years.
but you didn't have to. That is so genuine, and we love you.
And also for anyone listening, like beyond the Knicks part of this, though it's beautiful, for me as a friend of Anthony's over these years, to me it's been watching the personal bounce back. And I was truly worried for you after your sister passed. I was like, I was worried about the bounce back there, as you would be with anyone.
I was worried.
And
I was worried.
And you're not only because of the loss, but because your care for her defined your life right along with the Knicks. So after that, it's such a tough place to be. So for everyone out there listening, I promise you, whatever bad thing you've been through, this guy was going through the worst of it. To see you now with your fiance and your baby, and the Knicks won a championship. Damn it, I'm having a drink for you tomorrow, buddy.
And by the way, Autumn's first game officially will be the night we raise the banner. Wow. There is no doubt I'm going to be holding her in my arms as that banner goes up.
Awesome,
Incredible.
man. Congratulations.
What a story.
Thanks,
Enjoy
man.
it.
Thank you.
And now, stay on. I know you're on a billboard and everything, but try to stay in touch, okay?
I will.
Remember your roots.
I
all
will.
right?
Always do.
I never have to worry about that. With Anthony Donahue, 1-800-919-3776. Want to hear from you. Parade coming up tomorrow. You going? You watching? What are you going to do? 4:30. We've got a list.
5 o'clock?
5 o'clock. Rick Brunson.
That's right. Father,
so
you're
close
the Rick
to Father's
Brunson.
Day. It
That's
makes
right.
perfect sense. 6 o'clock, ENN. Taking you right up till 7 o'clock. Full frontal today. Then it's Dan Gross on ESPN New York.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I've waited a lifetime for this.
It's happening, Knicks fans. It's happening.
I'm now living the dream.
And a team that will live forever. Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
Champions.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Replacing your home's AC system isn't exactly pocket change. Let's be real. Most people don't have thousands of dollars just lying around. And that's why Slomin's makes staying cool affordable. Right now, Slomin's central air conditioning makes it easier than ever to upgrade without blowing your budget. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% financing for up to 18 months. Plus, every new system comes with a 5-year all-inclusive service plan, including annual system maintenance, filter replacements, and refrigerant. So there are no surprise costs down the road. Whether your system is outdated, your electric bills are through the roof, or your AC finally called it quits, Slomin's has a solution that works and a payment plan that actually makes sense. Call 516-932-7000. That's 516-932-7000. Or visit ac.slomans.com to schedule your free estimate today. Slomin's Central Air Conditioning. Because comfort shouldn't come with a price you can't afford. 18-month promo period. No payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. The offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
The 2026 New York Knicks. Basketball immortality.
It's happening, Knicks fans. It's happening. It's been 53 years.
It's over. It's over. Knicks fans, this is not a dream. Your long, long wait has ended. Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks.
You can never have too many tools. Shop DeWalt deals at Lowe's. Get a free Select DeWalt 20-volt max power tool when you buy a Select 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery kit. Plus, get a free additional DeWalt 20-volt max 8-amp-hour battery when you buy a DeWalt 10-inch 20-volt max dual-bevel compounded miter saw. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/24 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Katie got a VIP box for the postseason. She worked with Empower to help her get good at money so she can be a little bad. She planned well and was able to bring the whole family.
Who wants homemade egg salad sandwiches?
Even Beth.
Horseradish? Anyone? How about some tuna on rye?
Aw, strike 3, Beth. Invest well, live a little. Start today at Empower.com.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is the Michael K. Show.
The Knicks are a legitimate great champion. Everybody put in front of them. They didn't just beat them, they embarrassed them. They didn't just squeak by to win a title. They won a title decisively. There's no doubt about who the best team in the NBA was this year. They are a part of forever. As long as there's an NBA, we'll talk about this Knick team. And every single Knick fan will remember this entire magical mystery run for their entire lives.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. The New York Knicks, world champions. Finally.
Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
Enjoy it, Knicks fan. Enjoy it, Knicks Nation. Signed, sealed, and delivered, your 2026 New York Knicks.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks.
Golf fans, the biggest names in golf are taking center stage at Shinnecock Hills. Join Team ESPN New York and Michelob Ultra tomorrow. That's Thursday, June 18th from noon until 2 p.m. at Union Burger Bar in Southampton. Michelob Ultra will be on site with swag, samples, and giveaways. So come out and join Team ESPN New York and Michelob Ultra as we kick off the third major of the year. That's tomorrow, Thursday, June 18th, from noon to 2 p.m. at Union Burger Bar, 40 Bowden Square in Southampton.
We got a lot going on in this area. World Cup's still happening, right? You got the U.S. Open now beginning out in Shinnecock, out on Long Island. And then this parade.
Tomorrow.
The draft next week in Brooklyn.
So it's all coming together.
We're in the epicenter right now.
1-800-919-3776. We heard from Spike. We heard from Anthony Donahue. Let's hear from you. And let's dive into those phone calls and talk to Javier in Queens. You get us started off here on Don Hahn and Rosenberg. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on. Great show so far. This week has been incredible. I just want to shout out Allen. I don't know if it's been brought up or anyone has referred to it. Last season, Allen said the starting five was better than the 94 starting five. And he got killed online. Yeah. People were calling in with so much hate about that. It wasn't from me. I was with you, Alan. And then just kind of dumb people. Well, shout out to the chat, but there's some idiots in there. They were talking about how, Houston was so much better than the Knicks and all this stuff. Knicks were evenly matched up with Houston. They just happened to lose that series. But this has been incredible. Shout out to Alan. Shout out to Spike from St. Pete. Shout out to Omar. I hope they get on a float, the real ones. I have a question for Don at the end of this. But what I want to say is, when it comes to the Mount Rushmore, I'm not a fan of this. I'll throw out 4 names, but it's just because I am crazy biased. Jeter, Rivera, Cat, and Brunson. That's it for me, but that's just a dumb conversation. I don't like comparing guys from other sports. What's special about guys like Jeter and Brunson is what puts them over the top, right? Jeter, to be honest with you, what puts him over the top? It's the girls, right? It's the people that he dated, his persona beyond the sport. With Brunson, it's the incredible story, 2nd round pick. Nobody thought this guy could do it, and there he goes doing it. And I'll say this, I was so inspired by Omar's call yesterday. In order to win 2 titles, in order to win 3 titles, you got to win that first one. There's only one team that can go back-to-back next year, and that's the New York Knicks. And if Vegas only has them as the 5th best team in odds to win the finals, thank God. I love it. I love it just like they didn't have them win in the finals. Here's my question to you, Don. It's reported that maybe 5 million people will be there. So it's going to be a big number. In your opinion, what percentage of those people at the parade are frauds? Because there are definitely frauds showing up at the parade. There's definitely people who just bought jerseys. So, Don, from the king of all fraud, I want to know, what do you think the percentage of fraud fans at tomorrow's parade will we see, no matter what the number?
Every parade has got at least 50% fraud, because let's not forget, this is a business area. So there are people that don't care about basketball or anything. I can go outside. Let's check out what's happening, right? That's what makes it so interesting. But you've got so many people descending on this place. I don't know how many could fit. We're only talking, 9 blocks, right? So, but there's going to be a lot of people that just happen to be there, want to be there. But I still say a higher percentage of diehards. I heard people were showing up at midnight last night to get their spot.
Apparently, there are people that are paying other people to hold their spot.
Right, it's because they want to be a part of this thing.
And also, I feel like there's two separate questions. Because if you listen to Fraud Friday every Friday at 4:30, you hear that Don's use of fraud is generally about bailing from one team to another.
Right.
It's not as often about
bandwagon jumping.
You're a dormant fan who lives in a market, but you're not super into it, and then something huge happens, and now you're into it. Yes, he may consider that person somewhat fraudulent, but there's a difference between that and, I was a Nets fan when Jay-Z owned them, and I thought that when they made the trade, I was into it, and now I'm a Knicks fan.
It does create an interesting question that you just brought up, and maybe we need to wait although we could do it right now.
Why not?
I'm curious, Don. Is there a label for those? Like Peter just said, not really fans sort of go dormant when the team's bad. But when you have something like this, they're jumping right back in, and they're all about it. They never rooted for another team. They just didn't pay attention. They checked out. That's not fraud because you didn't leave. You just didn't participate during the worst of times. What are they?
I will address that.
Wow.
When we come back.
Exciting.
More calls. We've got a list at 4:30. Rick Brunson's joining us at 5. ENN at 6. Take up until 7 o'clock, ESPN New York.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I've waited a lifetime for this.
It's happening, Knicks fans. It's happening.
I'm now living the dream.
And a team that will live forever. Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
Champions.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Greatness isn't given, it's earned. On June 27th at Barclays Center, 2 undefeated stars step into the spotlight for boxing immortality. Jaron Boots Ennis versus Xander Zayas, battling for the unified WBO and WBA World Super Welterweight titles. Only one leaves with the crown. Witness the pursuit of greatness, live at Barclays Center, Brooklyn, June 27th. Final tickets are available now at Ticketmaster.com.
Clear some space in the rafters at MSG. A new banner is coming to the Garden.
Tonight, we play like we wanted to go home champions. To finish the game, not to start the game. To finish the game, it means the world to me to go in that court with those guys. Whatever environment we're in, home or away, doesn't matter for us.
To have the fans that we have in New York City and be able to bring home a championship after all these years is absolutely amazing.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code CASH to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code CASH to borrow up to $10,000. Use code CASH to borrow up to $10,000.
Congratulations to the New York Knicks. They are the 2026 NBA champions. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, boys.
It's totally time.
Mets win, they win. Thanks to everybody for joining us here on 880 with the Mets coverage over as the Mets salvage game in the 3-game series in Cincinnati, winning 9-1. Yankees continue their series with the White Sox at 7:05 at the stadium, and the Liberty visit the Sky at 8. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. What do you call somebody that's not really a fan, or they hibernated their fandom until they got good again?
Right. The whole point is that there are people that are, really hyped about the Knicks who have been Knicks fans. They'll say, for a long time, and might even be able to name some players, but that they really kind of just checked out. They really weren't in on it, but because of this, they got back in. They never rooted for another team.
Right.
They just kind of, put them in the back burner.
They are, I guess the
frauds.
word for, I believe they are. They're casual frauds. How about that?
A casual fraud. Now, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is there a difference in you literally haven't been here at all, and then when it got to the end, you're in, versus you're not really in all the time, but every year in the playoffs, you check in, you always watch.
Those are the worst kind.
That's the worst kind.
No, because again, I look at Anthony Donahue. Right?
They're the groundhog.
He's not a man of means.
In the spring.
He's not a man of means.
Okay.
All right? I don't want to get into his pocket, but he's not a millionaire. And he goes to 99% of the home games. I mean, he's a diehard. Well, I feel great for him. All right, you might call him a lunatic. You might call him whatever.
His full-time
job.
He is a full-time fan, 24/7. That's not a real thing.
We had this conversation last week. Those are the people that I feel good for. I mean, if you're a casual, I like basketball. They're losing, I'm out. And, they're winning, I'm in. Well, then what are you doing? I don't feel good for you. So the people that suffered are the people I feel good for. And if you left when things got bad, then you really didn't suffer. I feel good for the people that had to go through the pain. And you've got the pretty people that want to show up to all the events and stuff, and they're not really fans, and I got no use for them either.
So we're talking about you're happy for probably tomorrow, the crowd that's there. 1.7% of the people that show.
Well, no, because I think the Knicks have a ton of fans.
They have a huge
people want to go.
No,
but I'd say, and I'm sure people that are in the building on the Canyon of Heroes, a lot of them are Knicks fans too. But let's face it, 50% of the people just happen to be there because they work there, or they just want to go because it's a celebration of the city and everything. And I understand that.
No, that's too high a number. I think the people who are going, I think, all care about going. You might determine them to be frauds, but they're going because they're going to celebrate.
I disagree. I think those who are going to go through the effort of, because you just can't, hey, when's the parade start at 10? Oh, I'll casually walk over there at 9:45. You're not getting in there.
Right. You're going to have to.
You have to be committed to 6 a.m. at the 6 or 7 a.m.
No, that's a good point.
Get yourself downtown and get yourself situated. And no, I now have to stand here for probably 3 hours for what's going to amount to a parade that's going to last going by me. What do you think? 3 minutes? 4 minutes?
Yeah.
Quick. It's just wanting to be a part.
All the floats go by, and then you're done.
Listen, I think the people that stand there and in the freezing cold, huddled together at Times Square. I don't know what's going on in their mind.
That's a party.
But I think people just like a party. They like an event. This is an event. Okay. Now, I don't know. You got to be careful with AI. But I did check to see what were the biggest ticker tape parades in the history of New York City.
Uh-huh.
I've got the top 4.
All right, let me see.
Don't hurt yourself.
Not going to be a sport. It's not going to be a sports
I'm
parade.
just going to tell you all 4 non-sports.
Yeah.
All 4 ticker tapes are non.
And this is where they judged it on. The ton of paper, because they're able to weigh the paper, I guess, and the amount of people that were there. Now, they're going to do a better job tomorrow than they did back in the day when they would basically, I don't know if you knew, like if they had a huge crowd, they'd have some sort of like they would take a picture of the crowd and there'd be like a chart that'd be able to tell you how many people are there.
Count the rows.
So that's not as scientific as they're probably going to do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow
or how they've done it in history. But this is again, it even says here, more recent celebrations in Lower Manhattan's Canyon of Heroes have occasionally challenged these historical turnout records, primarily revolving around historic sports champions and national heroes. So they're telling you that there's a margin for error here. But I just thought it was kind of interesting, the number and what made the top 4.
Let me see. Peter, you want to guess at a few?
Nope.
How about the astronauts? Give me astronauts.
Well, the only astronaut I can give you
thought about it
is John Glenn in 1962. This welcome was the first American to orbit the Earth, drew an estimated 4 million people, and yielded 3,474 tons of ticker tape.
I don't buy it.
That is 3.
By the way, I'm calling nonsense.
Is one of them the Vietnam one?
No.
Give me
Gulf War.
Oh,
hell no.
I was going World War I.
Give me Gulf War.
Right? You're throwing them all out.
Come on.
All right. Which one?
Returning Gulf War troops, 1991. That's 4. 5 million spectators in the canyon here.
4.
I just want to be clear. I don't believe any of these.
Okay.
But we might as well make up one for superheroes.
The Gulf, that one,
I'm not saying it wasn't an event
hero
that happened.
return parade was insane.
I'm not saying it wasn't big, and I just
massive.
5 million.
Number
5 million
2 on the list was VJ Day.
Was what?
Oh,
VJ Day.
Well, I mean, that's
the victory over Japan.
Of course. What am I
but
thinking?
the biggest, and this is interesting
because it's made up. Yeah.
1951, General Douglas MacArthur, 7 million.
For what? For just him?
Yes.
This is made up. Whatever this list is completely
I told you.
No, it's completely made up. It cannot
MacArthur came to town and everybody came
no. Well, the Yankees,
we didn't even
Giants,
have 7 million people in the city.
How many people even lived here then?
Let me ask you this.
It can't be right. It can't be. It can't be.
Listen, they love themselves some Douglas MacArthur. Okay,
I guess so.
But wait a minute.
Schools
but
did he have bootlegs on 125th?
Let me ask you. There is going to be pretty heavy security tomorrow. It's going to be very difficult. They're telling people to show up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
And no bags, by the way. That's a rule.
But
no
in
bags.
1951, it's like, swing by. You could bring a rake. Nobody was going to stop you, right? So that's why it's possible, Peter. There was no. They had a few cops with a billy club just in case somebody got out alive.
This was 1951.
In 1951, just show up.
Everybody took a train anyway and a trolley.
So there was no security. You know how many people would be there tomorrow if they just said, "Hey, just swing by"? No, bring your bags. Bring a baseball bat with a spike in it. Nobody's going to stop you. There'd be 1 billion people there.
So real quick, in 1951,
what was the population of the city?
I want to look that up. It's according to Wikipedia on the list of ticker tape parades that happened.
All right.
In 1951 alone, it says there were 10.
What?
Because they were for the military.
I know. In the 20s, the 2020s that we're living in, there have been in the last since 2021. This will be the 4th. So we're operating in.
We liked parades back.
Apparently, parades are happening every day.
Big love.
Let me see. New York population.
But you got
7.86 million in 1951.
The whole city.
So the entire city showed up.
Yeah, and the 0.7
babies, old.
No.
Think about all the houses that you could just.
There was a way to get from Long Island and New Jersey to the city. Even though it was 1951, there were still trains that ran.
Yeah,
right.
People from New Jersey might have wanted to see MacArthur. There were people at Oyster Bay said, you know what? I haven't seen MacArthur in about good 2 years. I'm going to go swing by and see him.
These numbers seem high to me. I'm sorry.
But what I'm saying is that security costs a lot, right? And they probably didn't have security back then. They just put a couple of extra cops on.
That's it.
A little overtime.
That's it. Patty McGee just walking next to the car. There's the general.
You see, like the 69 parade, right?
Yeah.
Like
they were on cars.
Tom
Weren't they on
Seaver's
cars?
throwing baseballs at fans. You see people running up to the cars and high-fiving the player. You imagine somebody running up to the float that Brunson's in. He would spontaneously combust. Like all of a sudden, he's not there anymore. It'd be like a puff of smoke.
They drag him away.
Right. I mean, so it's
but
a
they were
different
on
world.
cars back then, right? They weren't using floats.
No, they weren't. They were on
it
cars.
says that the Gulf War won. It says the D.C. celebration of the Gulf War, which I didn't even remember these things existed.
Remember, this was a thing because it was the guilt from the way the Vietnam veterans were treated. That this time around we were going to do it right when they came back,
Right.
and that's what made that very special.
Right,
that parade.
Yeah. So apparently, $12 million for the D.C. parade. It set a single-day Metro Rail record in D.C. This is the D.C. one of 786,000 trips at the D.C. parade. Okay. And your thing said how many went to the New York one?
7.
5 million.
No, wait. The New York one?
The Gulf
for the
one
Gulf War?
was 5 million. It finished fourth. 5 million. That's what you said.
Yeah, 5
That seems like a hefty number.
Big number.
That's almost 10 times the D.C. one, the nation's capital, where they did it.
The Ranger Parade in '94, which, yes, I'm psychotic. This morning I went to YouTube and I watched it. Seeing Al Troutwig and Bruce Beck.
Peter also doesn't believe that one happened either.
No, I don't even think the event didn't happen.
No, the two of them, by the way, they were talking about how it was humid and over 90 degrees that day. The parade was in the afternoon. It was like 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. These guys, these psychos are wearing suits, full suits.
What are you going to wear tomorrow?
I don't know.
Let's let me know. So you know what?
I need help.
Let's stop everything down.
Stop everything. Because let me finish. 500,000 were at that parade.
At the Rangers.
That's what they estimated. At the Ranger Parade, 500,000.
God, that seems low
And that
compared to
seems
these
really
numbers
low.
I'm hearing.
I agree.
Compared to the Gulf War thing was 10 times that.
Yeah.
No, because like he said, I think it was just everybody.
Wouldn't people have gone? I'm just so confused. Wouldn't people? Because obviously it's not 5 million New Yorkers who showed up to the Gulf War thing. You would think that the families of veterans who lived around the country, you would think they'd go to the D.C. one. No, I would think they'd go to the D.C. one.
Yeah.
That's what you'd think. It was on the mall. You would think that would be.
But I don't think it was the same day.
I mean, they hit both. I don't know. All right, so let's get to brass tacks here.
What do we got to talk about here?
First of all, England has a penalty kick here, so. All right. It's England-Croatia.
How's Beckham doing?
He's not playing, but what a big day for superstars yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Mbappe
Messi
had 2. Messi had a hat trick.
Yep.
Anyway,
How is he doing that? He's like 35.
All right,
he's 38.
38 years old. Wow. Meanwhile, Neymar can't even get on the field for Brazil.
He sucks.
Well, by the way, you might be right.
Where's Ronaldo?
He was blanked in the 1-1 draw that Portugal just had.
Earlier today. He played today but got nothing. And by the way, that's Kane with the goal for England. They're up 1-0. If you hear
Patrick Kane?
That's Patrick Kane.
Dual citizenship?
Look at that.
If you hear cheering at your neighborhood pub, that's England on the board.
Impressive.
Now, so Alan, you are on a player float.
I'm on a float.
It'll
be on MSG. By the way, everybody, you can watch the parade on MSG Network.
Like you dream about.
Full coverage, wall to wall of the parade, interviews.
Alan's on a float. McNutt is on a float.
We're the only ones with a camera allowed on the float.
Oh, there you go.
That's special. So let's keep that in mind. So if you want to watch it, you put on MSG. Full coverage.
Now, what do you plan on wearing? We got to talk about this.
What do you wear, though? I'm definitely not going to wear a suit.
Full suit. No, not
Can't
for
do
sure.
that.
I kind of think almost like almost a shirt like that.
Just do this?
Like almost. You need to have your sleeves down maybe early, and then they go up as it gets hotter and the day goes on.
Sleeves down. Like, do I have to tuck it in, though? Like, it's.
I know. Are you going? This is tough.
Like the players are going to be wearing T-shirts and shorts. Like nobody's going to be dressed.
No,
I'll be the only moron up there, like all buttoned
I know,
up.
but this is why I'm trying to think of. I would love audience feedback here.
What's the best look for me when it
because
comes
you're
to
not
on the
formal
floor?
would be so lame.
Lame,
but you
formal.
can't go T-shirt.
I'm not doing T-shirt. I'm too old for that.
And you can't wear like a championship thing. Like you have to at least.
I didn't play. Let these guys celebrate that. But I am going to be on it. I'm not going to be like waving at people. Like I'm just going to, let guys have fun. We're going to do some B-roll, have a couple of interviews, and I'm just going to take it all. I'm going to enjoy it
and do social. Throw up some good IG stories.
Should I do an IG? Should I go live for a minute?
Monica told me today we had her. We recorded an interview with her earlier. She told me she's bringing the Meta glasses out. so she can record from the Meta glasses, and she hasn't used them before, but she wants to try to use the Meta glasses to record.
I don't hate that.
Yeah. So you guys are in a rare position. You're like the only interviewers up on flows.
This is, first of all, incredibly appreciative and privileged for this opportunity. Now, everything could change, and tomorrow they go, hey, no, you're not going on. And then it all changes. But for now, the anticipation that I have for this is I can't even explain.
Okay, I have an idea.
So what
I have an idea. I got it. I got it. Yeah, shorts are out.
Shorts are out. Okay.
Shorts are out, but I think I got it.
What do you got?
I think you go a pair of comfortable, if you have a comfortable light pair of slacks.
I do.
And a really nice, I may even suggest getting something new.
Okay.
Maybe making a stop here before you leave and getting like a brand new, so it's crispy as can be, beautiful luxury polo shirt. So it's a collared polo shirt, but short sleeve.
Like a Robert Graham.
With the slacks. Like Robert Graham. They do a fantastic job. It's a great call. So something like that.
I already
what do you
have
think?
A crisp white polo.
Okay.
Haven't worn it.
Never worn it.
Never worn.
That might be it.
I have it. I got it late last summer. Never ended up wearing it. Still hanging crisp.
I think a white polo with the right pants.
Khaki, like light tan-ish khaki.
Something like that.
Ish, or
you could even wear gray. Depending how formal the pants are, you don't go overly. But I like that. I think a polo is the right. You agree, Don? Polo's the vibe?
Yes.
I think that's exactly the
sweet
sweet
want to be
spot.
comfortable. He doesn't want to be like sweating. Like if
you
it
know,
really
long
gets humid.
sleeve. We don't know.
Yeah.
And if it rains,
is white though a little dangerous?
Well, white if it rains, and the ladies will be happy.
Yeah.
They get a full look at Alan. You know what I mean?
Like a wet T-shirt contest.
Listen,
like
let
you
it
dream
rain, baby.
about.
I'll go full J.R. Smith. I'll just rip it off.
But now we're having a conversation.
Let's go.
Now don't embarrass the players.
Yeah, I know,
or
you're right.
us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the radio station, of course.
Or us, Don says.
All right,
my head's in the right space.
All right, we're thinking about it. We'll talk to the
appreciate
people.
that help.
Let's go to Alex and Randolph. You're on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Hey, guys. I just think so much of this run, Tracy said in the past week, it's all about destiny. And I hadn't seen anybody talk about this. If you check the slow-mo on the 3 that Brunson put up in Game 4, it looks like Wemby actually gets his hand on it.
Really?
And just grazes it. Just grazes it a little bit. Not enough to block it, but enough to throw it off its path. And I just think that little detail, nobody's really been saying much about
And
it.
that's why it landed
Kinda
so
shows.
softly?
Well, I don't know, but possibly.
Well, yeah, but that would do that. For the record, a fingertip on a ball, though, would potentially take a little pace off of it.
Sure.
And do that is on the table.
Definitely. Which, and maybe it would have went in if he didn't get it on it. Who knows?
Let me ask. I want to ask this question with you involved in it. It's something I actually tweeted about, but I was thinking about it because somebody said to me that I'm watching so many highlights, like I'm drunk off the highlights still, how much they're enjoying it.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought it's so similar if you think about it. If ESPN is smart, they put the whole – well, I don't know if they can because they don't have all the games. How would you do this? If the NBA was smart, you put the whole run, each round, as its own season. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4. And you turn it into like a streaming – like you know when you watch a show, like I just finished Stranger Things, right? And you watched it and you go back. And once it was done, all we said when we were done is I want to watch that again.
Yeah.
And even though you know the way it ends, you find, and this is what he's talking about, you notice little things you might have missed the first time around that now make sense later in the show. And if you were a Knicks fan, would you binge watch this again if you could? Like if Netflix suddenly just put Knicks championship, whatever you want to call it, movie on, and it's 4 seasons, and the first season is 6 episodes, and the next 2 are only 4 episodes, and the last one's 5 episodes. Are you going to say, this summer I'm going to watch it again? Would you do it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think we're all looking forward to the Ben Stiller doc, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be something that's going to be huge.
I just watched it again. I don't see any
I
grace.
don't think he got a finger on it.
Okay.
And here's the thing. If he did, right, then does he because he just hit the front of the rim. So
right. It would have went down.
It lands so softly on that rim, though.
I just think it's his shot.
Great arc on it.
I don't
think so.
Just looking at the angle, if he did touch it, it probably wasn't enough to do anything. Like, I don't think it really doesn't look like he got it. But listen, I love the conversation.
That's great.
That's good. Let's go to Ralph in Queens. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much for the call, for accepting my call. I would just like to share a story, if you allow me to. I'm a 48-year-old Met, Nick, and Jet fan. And I remember my dad, who right now is suffering from advanced dementia and Alzheimer's and is overseas. And I went to see him a few weeks ago, and I told him everything that was going on with the Knicks. And, blank stare. He's nonverbal. But the day after the Knicks won the championship, I called him, and I apologize if I get a little emotional.
That's all right.
I called him, and I told him, Dad, the Knicks won the championship. And I was FaceTiming him, and he looked and he started to cry.
Wow.
Because it hit him. My dad and I went through all those painful losses with the Mets, with the Knicks, with the Jets. And the Knicks did it. And you know what? My dad, at least in his own way, something registered, and he's happy.
He knows. Yeah.
The Knicks just, I'm sure there's plenty of stories out there, but I wanted to share this. It's a team of destiny. I'm so glad I was along for the ride. Alan, you're awesome on MSG. All you guys, thank you so much. I appreciate being able to be a part of this historic achievement by my favorite team, my dad's favorite team. And, my dad is on his last, on his last days. And I'm just glad that at least he's going to be able to, subconsciously or whatever, say, hey, my Knicks won a championship.
I love this.
Thank you, guys.
Oh.
Let's go, Nick. And thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing that.
And good luck with everything.
That is, that he understood. And that's all you wanted, is to make sure that he knew what happened. And that what a great moment. Remember the woman who called us earlier, a couple of, maybe a week or so ago, about her son that she lost.
Yeah.
They were such big Knicks fans. And she just was in her mind thinking, I think they're going to do this because it's like, like how much it means. And I told her, I was like, I do believe in sometimes, like, that the spiritual world does have some type of impact. And who's to say that maybe that's, that's him pushing OG just a little closer to the ball. Yeah. Like, I like to believe in stuff like that. And for that woman, I don't remember her name, and I feel bad, but I remember saying that to her. Like if watch this and feel like he's there. And
it was their time. It was in the cards. I don't want to believe in all that stuff either, but you go 53 years and now all of a sudden all the shots go down. And
right.
How many times Ewing had a finger roll? Look how special that would have been, and that rolls out.
Right. Right. Or again, John Starks was one shot from a legacy.
Yeah.
And
just wasn't their
Elijah
time.
Wan got barely the tip of his finger on that damn ball. Like, that was it. Done. And that was my birthday in 1994, a day I'll never forget. And for John Starks, a day he'll never forget too.
It was just in the cards, It was their time. It was their time to win it, and it was certainly well deserved. It is time now for the list. It's coming up next. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
New York basketball is back on top. Champions of the world. When you watch a team play that well, you can tell. It starts with how they're built. Depth, leadership, execution, doing the little things right. That's exactly how Tricon Construction builds too. Whether it's medical, industrial, multifamily, or commercial, Tricon brings the right team and the right plan to every project across the Tricon area. So if you're looking for a construction partner for your next project, don't overthink the pick. Choose Tricon Construction. Every phase, every detail done right. Visit TriconBuilds.com.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Golf fans, the biggest names in golf are taking center stage at Shinnecock Hills. Join Team ESPN and Michelob Ultra tomorrow, June 18th from noon to 1:30 p.m. at Union Burger Bar. Michelob Ultra will be on site with prizes, samples, and giveaways. So come out and join Team ESPN and Ultra as we kick off the third major of the year. That's tomorrow, June 18th from noon to 1:30 p.m. at Union Burger Bar at 40 Bowdoin Square in Southampton, New York.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com. This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
It's happening, Knicks fans! It's happening! It's been 53 years, but for this moment, it was well worth the wait.
I've waited a lifetime for this. I'm now living the dream.
A playoff run that'll go down in history.
This is a dream, but it's real life.
And a team that will live forever.
Champions.
Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. Service Titan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. Service Titan, AI for the trades.
Do you read more about your team in the off-season than in the season? Does your game day outfit include a brown bag with eye holes? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected. Because seeing your painted face in the rearview mirror after a loss isn't just depressing. It's distracting. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off again in Nassau County. Southern State westbound still shut down in Hempstead. Ongoing accident investigation right before Baldwin Road. Been out there for well over an hour. Everybody being forced off onto the southbound Meadowbrook towards Sunrise Highway. Meadowbrook backed up to Eisenhower Park. Eastbound side, everybody stopping to take a look. Delays there starting to go back to the Belton, Cross Island, and Queens. Yanks supposed to be home tonight in the Bronx as long as the weather cooperates. Inbound Georgia, about a 20 to 30-minute ride for the upper deck. Worst of it to the outbound George Cross Bronx westbound. A broken down car in the right lane by the Deegan. Jammed there and backed up to the Bruckner. Outbound Lincoln Orny about 30 minutes. Outbound Holland 45 plus. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You just made the list, buddy.
This is The List with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
It's now time for The List, and it's brought to you by the Allure Group. I wanted Alan to help with this, but Alan had a heck of a day. Matter of fact, he had lunch during the first segment.
Not in a good way.
So
you're almost there, pal.
You're very
But
close.
this was just
for me, not into it like Alan was as far as like being there and being on site for a lot of it. But I said, how about the top 5 games of the Knicks season? Try to keep it on topic.
Top 5 games of the Knicks season.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get number 1 out of the way.
Right.
Game 4 is done.
Yeah, game 4 has to be it, right? I mean, the comeback, the play, it's everything. Even though it wasn't the clincher, it was. I've heard from more people. Anthony Donahue said it. Our pinhead suit John Winthrop said it. They got more emotional after game 4 than they did game 5. Now, maybe that was because up 3-1, the way they won game 4, that it felt like a fait accompli. But still, the way they won game 4, that's got to be number 1 with a bullet, right?
All right. Can I give you another game 4?
Another game 4.
Doesn't sound like it.
Apparently not.
Yeah, what?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just trying to get myself in line.
No.
here.
Oh, sorry. I read it wrong.
The way you said that
made me feel like you know.
There's no... Because I got...
Why are you looking at me like that? That's how I read it.
I in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
When they the burger scene where he flips the table over.
That's a tasty burger.
Right. And then the kid that ends up getting his head blown off.
Yeah.
Answers where the briefcase is before the guys do.
Yeah.
Jules shoots him a look, and if you look, he's looking at him like almost through half the scene.
Right.
And how can you stare at somebody that long? So I tried it just now. You can't.
Couldn't do it.
You lasted 5 seconds. But what's your game 4?
I've heard that before.
Well, I would say this one, but I know in this series it's probably not this one.
No. You're going game 4 Atlanta, but
because
it's game 7 Atlanta. It's game 6 Atlanta.
6 Atlanta. That was the 51-point win.
So
that was just so remarkable.
I went with you're right. I tried to represent
because game 4
everything.
saved everything. The way they came out, the way they won it.
It did. I just think the statement of the 140-89 win in Game 6.
Yeah, that was it.
I think it really set the tone.
That was one of those. I could use a good ass kicking.
You could make the case that getting the series even at 2 when everybody doubted them, but I don't know if the doubt went away because if you remember, the reason I don't go with 4 and I go with 6, at least for me. I never doubted they were going to win the series. I still believed down 2-1 they were going to win the series.
Okay.
I started to doubt whether they can go on a run.
Yeah, all right.
But then they make the statement in Game 6 in Atlanta. Atlanta's fighting for their season, and they lose by 51 points.
And they just lost by 20-something in the Game 5.
Well, they were spanked. Yeah, absolutely. So I put that at 4 just because it's the first round, but I thought that was pretty significant. All right.
Game 6.
So Game 6, that's number what now?
That's number 4.
Number 4. So we got to go with the absolute clincher. You got to go with Game 5 in the finals.
Game 5
no
finals.
I
thought about it.
It was another comeback.
It was a comeback.
They did lead to them winning. They did win a championship.
I understand that, but from the game perspective, I just feel like that's Game 4 is where that series is. I really do believe Game 5 will be remembered for the celebration and the fact that they won. It's kind of like the 86 World Series, right? Game 7 was a tremendous game for the Mets. They came back from 3-0 down. And all anybody cares about is Game 6, right? Am I wrong?
Okay. No, you're not wrong. Because the obvious thing to say is, well, of course it's a great game and they won the championship, but it really actually was not a great game. It was a garbage game. It was 94-90. The offense was horrifically bad.
Yeah.
It was just the ending and Brunson that was epic. All right, I'm gonna. How many regular season games do we have on this list of 5? If any.
I've got none. I have one. This will give it away. That is regular season adjacent.
NBA Cup.
And the reason I put I put it at 5 is that you didn't know it at the time, but I really do think it did a lot of things. First of all, it was against the Spurs. And you've told the story that they really used that as almost a dress rehearsal for what they were going to try to do. They took it seriously. And they also bucked the trend of the previous 2 where it fatigued them, caused problems for the Bucks and the Lakers. I know the Knicks did have a little bit of a hiccup after. They barely beat the Pacers. Had to go to overtime against the Pacers. They did look like they were a bit spent. But now looking back at it, that's why I say I think they should hang the Cup banner the same night. Is that I do think it kind of set the tone for the second half of the season and was a galvanizer for what this team did. I think it deserved the place, and I put it at 5.
Okay, so then
you're good with that?
I'm fine.
No, that's fine. I would honorable mention. I would have put the Christmas Day comeback against the Cavs.
Okay.
Because that's another one of those championship DNA kind of wins, national TV, losing big at home. Very easy to just be like, it's Christmas, forget it. Let's just
rack it up.
And it also was a foreshadow of what was to come. So that's the honorable mention as far as the regular season game goes.
So wait, read the whole thing in full again. I want to see how it feels.
We're not done yet.
Oh, you still have one more?
Two more.
Yeah.
We have two
Still
more.
have two more.
So, it's got, all right,
so I've got the cup win over the Spurs at 5.
That's
okay.
one.
I've got the blowout win in Game 6 against the Hawks 4, and we all know number one
is Game
So we
4.
need 2 and 3.
All right, so then you've got to go with the Cavaliers then blowing the Game 1. That Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals when the Knicks were down 22 and came back.
Changes everything.
That's got to be
2.
3.
Well, I
got it. 2. Okay.
I have it at 2.
Okay.
Because that's when, for me, I'm like, it's on.
Okay.
Like, they're winning. They're going to do this.
Yeah.
Like, because that's a loss. And it's in the conference final. And what happened in the conference finals the year before against the Pacers?
Same thing.
And the whole thing that we talked about, the Knicks never won a series when they lost Game 1 at home. Like, that was all there as they're getting blown out. And then the big comeback, I said, you know what? This team's not going to be denied. That's why I got it at 2. Even more than the blowout against the Cavs in Game 4, because I think the true statement of that series was Game 1.
How about the sweeperoo against the Sixers?
Oh,
yeah,
on the road,
I got
spanked
that at
them
3.
by a million.
There you go.
And this is why.
And that's the Deuce game, right, where he just couldn't miss.
Yeah, and we took over the building.
And
not we. Look at me. New Yorkers took over the building.
You know what? This is why when they tweet this out, people are going to beat up this list.
All right.
But I think when you really think about it, all right, they're going to win the series anyway. It's only round 2. But the 144-114 statement on the road against the Sixers, sticking it to Embiid, more than half the building's filled with Knicks fans. I've never seen anything like it before. All that, to me, I think just deserved its place, and I got it at 3.
Okay,
so
like
you're
it.
the Knick guy. You like this?
I like it. Like it's the who you taking out.
Right. So,
some people would probably say NBA Cup didn't even count. Take it out, right?
Yeah, but now in retrospect, it taught them something.
That's, again, the foreshadowing, right?
I wouldn't have it on there if they beat, whoever.
Right.
The Nuggets, or I forget who they could have played.
It would have been the Thunder. Because the Spurs beat the Thunder, and that's why the foreshadowing of this whole thing is really amazing when you think about the Thunder lost to the Spurs. The Knicks didn't have to play the Thunder, and they ended up beating the Spurs, and the same thing happened in the finals. So again, the who you taking out stuff, honorable mention, Christmas Day, the comeback, a foreshadowing of that. Mm-hmm. And Game 2 NBA Finals, that game was over. Wembanyama had the ball in his hands, and he was going to make the winning shot. And the story was going to be told about this young kid, right? And the series was going to be 1-1. And instead, he missed.
He missed.
And Mikal Bridges' psycho eyes after that game just showed you that. I'm telling you guys, and I remember we were talking about stuff like, no, you can't go home, you can't lose. And I said, guys, they're not losing. Like, I felt it. After watching that, they're not losing.
See, to me, Wemby missing that shot,
I like this list,
did more to hurt the Spurs than help the Knicks. Because the Knicks, I think, were the better team, and they were going to win the series. And we didn't know that at the time. But looking how Wemby was the rest of the series, I think that planted the seed that they're in trouble.
He really became a villain after that,
and it really turned after that. And how he handled it, how the Spurs handled it after that. And even though they did win a game at the Garden in Game 3, it's still... I think it set the tone for the Spurs more than it really helped them. It didn't, and then that helped the Knicks because of setting the tone for the Spurs. But you know what I mean.
I like this. This is good.
So number 5,
he did the work.
The NBA Cup over the Spurs. Number 4, the blowout win against the Hawks in Game 6. Number 3, the blowout win against the Sixers in Game 4. The comeback in Game 1 against the Cavaliers. Number 2, and the OG hand of God game 4 against the Spurs. Number 1.
Nicely done.
All right. Well,
really
thank
like
you.
that.
I just hope I don't think it'll age on social media because when you really get to explain why I put it there, like you look at the cup, like what did the cup mean? I think there's something to it.
That's the winning / championship DNA that you showed. By winning that, it set a tone. The Knicks won almost everything. If you think about it, the only thing they didn't take, other than the division, which nobody cares about, was Jalen Brunson or Cat didn't win All-Star MVP, but they did win All-Star Weekend. They won that team shootout thing. Remember Allen Houston hit the half-court shot? They even won that. They had 1 million trophies, so that was a good tone setter early in the season.
And that was the list brought to you by the Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
Question for both of you. I saw Eli respond to this. I think Anthony put it in a group, but it was late in the show. It was a simple question. In a clutch moment, Who do you trust more, Eli Manning or Jalen Brunson? When you consider both of them in the biggest clutch moments, right, came through the majority of the time. And so, and Eli's, of course, response was so on point.
Which sport?
Which sport?
Yeah.
But let's say in their respective sports, if you're a Giants fan and a Knicks fan, and both situations saw game-winning drives for both teams, who do you trust more?
I think at this point, to me, the answer is Brunson, on account of how many times I saw him do it, not just the championship. Where with like Eli, I think of it specifically.
In the NFC championship games, he played out of his mind. The game they lost, the last playoff game that he played
against Green Bay.
At Green Bay, it's frigid temperatures. He actually played well.
No, he was
Everybody
good.
else sucked.
He wasn't great. He was good.
No,
he was good.
Nobody could catch a ball.
No one could catch the ball at all. They gave him no breaks. I just feel like with Brunson, I see it. Maybe I'm confusing in my head the answer because Brunson is the better day-to-day player than Eli.
Too. Okay.
And it's fresh in my head. But no. I don't care what anyone says. If you're an opposing team playing the Knicks, you're game planning for Jalen Brunson every single time. That's all you're thinking about. Going in to play the Giants, people didn't go, "Oh my God, what do we do to contain Eli Manning? We just hope to survive. He's going to go off today." He's more pedestrian than that, but then the moments he rises. But Jalen is always the guy, and also I don't know, it's tough. I lean Jalen.
Alan brings up a really good point about we think about the Super Bowls, but that game in San Francisco where he's getting beat up. And survives that
was Brunson-esque, right? Getting beat up, getting hit, and he never really gave out. He never quit, never gave up, just kept fighting through it.
In those two playoff runs, because the Giants had to play in the wild card round, they played 8 games, and 7 of the 8 were on the road.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of similarities. The Knicks were road warriors through this whole thing, and just the fact that Eli did it twice. I mean, that puts him, he won that one Super Bowl. Oh, he got lucky. A horseshoe fell out of his ass because of the Tyree thing. And then he goes ahead and does it again.
And then the Manningham throw. The Manningham throw was an insane throw.
It was an insane throw, insane catch. There was a bit of flukiness to the Tyree. I mean, it's sitting there on his helmet. All he has to do is get nudged. And
it's gone.
But it's one of those things. It's a great conversation.
And right before it, didn't he almost throw a pick? Who was that? There
was that Asante Samuels?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he leaped. He could have had it. It would have been I think a really nice interception, but I'm sure it's one that he wanted to have.
But that's
back.
one of those. It could have gone against you, and it didn't.
Right. Yeah. Well, listen, there's a lot of that during the Brunson runs too.
Yeah.
But it's a great conversation. 1-800-919-3776. Willing to have it at 5:00. Rick Brunson is going to join us, Peter.
That's Jalen Brunson's dad.
And we're also going to have ENN coming up, but you got stuff.
I got a lot of stuff to talk about,
you
folks.
got something?
Oh, yeah, sure I do. Well, you guys know that tomorrow I will be at the ultimate watch party for Team USA Soccer.
No.
Oh, I'm getting there. Can everyone calm down?
It won't be tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah.
So you think I should go to the parade?
No, you should go to Stout with us, then do whatever you want.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, you're right. I'm going to go to the parade tomorrow. The day after that, Friday, as it's known, I'll be at Calandras as England goes up 2-0 on Croatia.
Part of promotion is getting the dates right. I don't want to be a nitpicker, but
I guess you're right. Do you think people would have actually just showed up anyway and been like, "Where's Rosenberg and where's the USA game?" 2-1 England as we speak. So anyway, Friday I'll be at Calandras, right? You already know that. It's going down in Caldwell, New Jersey. Calandra's Italian Village. It's delightful. Alan, by the way, I'm going to send you a picture when I'm pounding that calamari.
Okay.
Just know, Alan, you've been dreaming about that Calandra's calamari since we had it. I'm running it back on Friday. Just know.
On my birthday.
On your birthday.
You enjoy that.
No, I'm going to have it for you.
You do that for
me. On your birthday.
Yeah. I just want you to send me a picture.
I will. A video, too, with the camp with the light on, so you see the glistening off the calamari.
I'm already hungry.
So anyways, come out, but also in addition to that, I'm going to be playing all the World Cup, the biggest stage there is, because here's the deal. FanDuel's changing the game. If your player gets subbed out and your bet usually goes with them, not anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, the player gets subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute, so you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. 21 plus, Physically present in New York for help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-OPEN-Y or text OPEN-Y at 467-369.
All right. Alan asked a question. You got a chance to answer it. 1-800-919-3776. Don Hunter, Rosenberg till 7 o'clock, and then it's Dan Grasso on ESPN New York.
53 years in the making.
A playoff run that'll go down in history, and a team that will live forever.
The drought is over. The Knicks have their championship.
Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks.
Come on, ref, end the game.
What's the rush? We're winning.
And we're going to keep winning if we get to the Nissan Summer Sales event.
What?
The event where you can score great savings on a new Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier.
Can it hold off 10 minutes?
Oh, sure. You think the #1 brand of new vehicle quality by J.D. Power is just going to wait for you?
I get it, but we waited years for this match.
But look at these incentives.
Wait, are you serious? Come on, ref! Blow the whistle! Blow the whistle!
The whistle is blowing on these savings. Hurry in and bring home a winning offer at the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Now, well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, Pathfinder, or Frontier, excluding S-Trim. For J.D. Power 2025 US IQS award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Frontier S-Trim 1.9% APR for 60 months at $1,748 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N6/3026.
I'm a dog, and my job is to make you happy. So I recommend Optimum Fiber for your home. It's famously fast. Way better than flaky 5G home internet, which can slow down the more people or dogs are online. So switch to Optimum Fiber, starting at only $25 a month with a 5-year price lock. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. That's 888-4-OPTIMUM. Gus, fetch! I gotta take that. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
You matter, and so does your well-being. If you're facing tough moments, struggling with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, or substance use, help is here anytime you need it. Call, text, or chat 988 for free confidential support. New Jersey's 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here 24/7 for you or someone you love, with trained counselors who listen and care without judgment. You matter. Remember New Jersey's 988. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
This is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
It's happening, Knicks fans. It's been 53 years. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
16-3, beat their opponents by the most in NBA history in point differential, and now you are champions of the NBA.
Only few people that have that when the moment gets tight. Give it to me, I won't panic. And Brunson's that guy.
Bart Scott, Chris Carlin, weekdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Tickets are on sale now at fanaticsfest.com as Fanatics Fest NYC returns to the Javits Center on Thursday, July 16th through the 19th. The world's #1 sports fan festival puts you where sports, collecting, culture, and entertainment collide. See stars like Tom Brady, Aaron Judge, Jalen Brunson, and hundreds more, including live panels and podcasts, exclusive merch, and Fanatics games with $2 million in prizes. Go to fanaticsfest.com to get your tickets today.
This is the Michael K. Show.
The Knicks are a legitimate great champion. Everybody put in front of them. They didn't just beat them, they embarrassed them. They didn't just squeak by to win a title. They won a title decisively. There's no doubt about who the best team in the NBA was this year. They are a part of forever. As long as there's an NBA, we'll talk about this Knick team. And every single Knick fan will remember this entire magical mystery run for their entire lives.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Knicks fans, join ESPN New York for live coverage of the Knicks Championship Parade tomorrow near City Hall with Bart and Carlin at 10 a.m. Then keep the party going with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live at Stout NYC beginning at 3 p.m. Celebrate this historic title and relive the biggest moments. It's the ultimate Knicks Championship celebration. Brought to you by TickPick, Amazon Hub Delivery, Michelob Ultra, Sloman's, ZipRecruiter, Nissan, Calandra's Bakery, Thrive Well Infusion, Harrisman Firm, Verizon, and New Era.
Hey, so in New York, you know every block is a business. Every minute counts, and Amazon Hub Delivery lets you earn extra revenue from the business that you already run. So you and your staff can deliver packages right in your neighborhood on a schedule that works for you. It's a smart way to keep a hustle going, bring in more revenue, more visibility, and stay connected to the community that you serve every day. I'll give you an example. So Christine's the owner of All Breed Cat and Dog Grooming in Verona, New Jersey. Christine loves the flexibility of Amazon Hub Delivery. So she says she takes grooming appointments in the morning and then delivers packages in the afternoon, all around her busy schedule. And getting started, it's easy. No delivery experience, no long-term contracts, and no startup cost either. New York local business, if you're ready to make your next move, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
All right, back to the busy phones at 1-800-919-3776. Let's go to Rod in Bethlehem. You're on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Thanks for taking the call, guys. Alan, if you remember, I think I called you right before Game 1 when you were talking about, 94 on your birthday. I gave you a little pep talk.
Yes.
And I think what I said is that I thought they were going to run them up and down, and then in the fourth quarter, I said Jalen Brunson, and you said enter Sandman.
Yep.
That's exactly what happened in this series. Amazing. I just want to give a hats off to the Knick fan, because we've heard this for the last couple of decades and a lot over the last year and a half, that I like the Knicks, but I hate the Knicks fan. I was down there in Philadelphia for Game 4, and what fan base do you know is on the scouting report from here on out? Because the way we took over each and every single, all the way to the finals, you've got a fan base right now that sent flowers, a bouquet of flowers to that reporter who got hounded and said, you handle it like a New Yorker, Knicks in 4. And on top of that, you got them checking Elmo. This is the best fan base in the world, and we are on every scouting report from here on out, Knicks fans. And those new ones, you better take the trip, too, to invade some of these buildings, too, in the upcoming season. And you can't jump off if it's only 17 wins. Let's go. I'll see you at the parade tomorrow. I'm on I-78. I'm on my way.
Love it. Love it. Make sure you wave. It is funny that this fan base has now created a thing where teams are now checking area codes and zip codes on who's buying these tickets.
And that's not this year. That's what happened in Philly a few years ago.
A couple of years ago. Like, this is becoming a thing now where we're not letting you in. The Spurs were also worried about that. And I thought in the finals it's not going to happen because it's too far away. No, I was wrong. It still happened. That's unreal. 49% of the people in that arena for Game 5 were Knicks fans.
And you can understand from a Spurs perspective, we talked about it. That's the ticket to sell, right? Yep. You're down 3-1, and you can come back for possibly a Game 7. Did you happen to notice, maybe they're starting a trend, how many Hurricanes fans were in Vegas?
I did
when
see
they won
that.
Game 6.
I did see
that.
that.
You don't think of like the Carolina Hurricanes traveling well, but the team's been good for a while, and Vegas hasn't been around that long.
That's worse places to go than, hey, let's go to Vegas.
Yeah, let's go to Vegas.
The worst thing that'll happen is we'll have a great time.
But I think people, listen, what helps the Knicks more than a lot of other fan bases, you got more people with means, right? If you're living in New York, you're probably spending a lot of money on rent and everything. If you got a really good job, maybe you're working on Wall Street, whatever, because it's expensive. It might be cheaper to go fly someplace, but to go fly, get a hotel, tickets, you're spending a pretty penny.
Time off.
But hey, it's becoming a thing. The ticket prices are so ridiculous. I did a thing for NJ.com. Anthony Corona's now covering the Devils for NJ.com, and he was telling me face value ticket for Game 5 in Carolina, the Stanley Cup Final, upstairs was $940.
Face value, so not the resale.
Yeah, so the ticket prices have gotten so insane.
So
I think you're going to start to see that.
That's the league doing that, right? Those tickets are.
Or maybe the Hurricanes. I don't know, but he told me that. But whatever, if the face value is that expensive, and the way you could buy tickets on the secondary market, places like New York, L.A., you're going to start to see that. Like, in some of the smaller markets where the tickets are cheaper, this is probably going to become a trend with the ticket prices being so damn high, and it happens so quick, right?
Yes.
I can think about going to concerts, Peter, 20, 30 years ago for a tenth of the price
It's so
you
much
got
harder
to
now.
spend now.
It's insane.
So you just wonder, is this going to be a thing? And as far as like hating on Knicks fans, like that just comes from jealousy, right? What reputation do Knicks fans have that like Philly fans have?
They have a reputation of just, I think for the longest time when the team was not good, they were still loud and obnoxious about their team.
Well, that's a good
thing. And you're
thing,
like,
isn't it?
what are you guys crowing about? Your team's not good, but that's just the passion behind the Knicks, even when they were bad. I've always said this. It's similar to players we have in New York, too. We will kill our own teams. We will kill our own players, but don't you dare do it.
Well, we help.
That's how we've always been.
I think New York's very good for the most part of holding the teams accountable.
Right.
Even from the fans, like not just the media, because I think the media does a good job too, but the fans of just like, I'm not tolerating this.
That's right.
We look at them as kind of like addicts, like they still go, but they will kill their own team. Very few apologists in New York. Other markets might be different. Oh, we're going to turn it around. We're still good. But the Knicks fans might have been overly optimistic, but they would kill a bad coach. They would kill a bad general manager.
We're always a year away from being a year away, Donnie. Always.
It's really amazing the turnaround. I got something I wanted to just get off my chest about the Knicks coming up next. More of your calls at 1-800-919-3776. But Rick Brunson is going to be joining us here in the 5 o'clock hour. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you till 7 o'clock on ESPN New York.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
First, I take a sabbatical, then do absolutely nothing.
Glorious. But what? You'd win the New York lottery, then do nothing?
Well, I'd also commission a cutting-edge mobile bed, so I never stop doing nothing, even when I leave my house.
Okay, but how can you do even less?
Well, I'll spend 6 months living with a Honduran capuchin monkey troupe to learn how to pick things up with my feet, so I never have to lift a finger again.
Oh, you'll be a hit at dinner parties. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Golf fans, the biggest names in golf are taking center stage at Shinnecock Hills. Join Team ESPN and Michelob Ultra tomorrow, June 18th from noon to 1:30 p.m. at Union Burger Bar. Michelob Ultra will be on site with prizes, samples, and giveaways. So come out and join Team ESPN and Ultra as we kick off the third major of the year. That's tomorrow, June 18th from noon to 1:30 p.m. at Union Burger Bar at 40 Bowdoin Square in Southampton, New York.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. Still have this big issue in Nassau County. Southern State westbound shut down right before Baldwin Road in Hempstead. Ongoing accident investigation. Been this way for over 2 hours. Everybody being forced off onto the southbound Meadowbrook toward Sunrise Highway. Meadowbrook just crawling there from Eisenhower Park. Eastbound Southern State packed with everybody stopping to take a look. Delays go back into Valley Stream. Yanks are home tonight in the Bronx if you're getting a jump start using the inbound George. 20 to 30 minute ride from 8095. Better from the 4 and 46 approaches. Still the worst of it's the outbound George. Cross Bronx westbound. A broken down car in the right lane by the Deegan. Not moving much there from the Bruckner. Outbound Lincoln Orany about 30 minutes. Outbound Hahn 45 plus. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Rain on game day doesn't faze Dave. He's already got his poncho. Just needs to do something about those wipers. So Dave heads to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner helps him get premium quiet wipers and some hand warmers.
You're all set.
Now, if only his team can handle the elements as well as his new wipers. Get wipers, glass cleaner, and more with no hassles, just help at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
5 o'clock in the big city. Hahn and Rosenberg up until 7 o'clock. There were so many storylines to this championship for the Knicks, and one of the better ones was the relationship between father and son, assistant coach and star, a former Knick that was a part of a finals and didn't win, but then his son does, and he's there an assistant to see it. Just one of the great stories, and Rick Brunson is nice enough to join us here on Hahn and Rosenberg. How are you, sir? Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I'm doing good.
Father of the Year. I mean, what a Father's Day present this will be for you, right? But we heard from Jalen about the moment that you guys both had on the court, but I've never heard from you about this. What did that feel like for you? Just that moment you two had, and just seconds after it was complete. What did that feel like for you?
I mean, just as a dad, you know, you see the fight, the struggle, the good, the bad, all you know, for the last 4 years. You know, obviously he's better than me in terms of, you know, he doesn't read anything I do, so you know that stuff, you know, affects me as a parent, and just to see him to get to that mountaintop, man, what it took for him to get there, it was just such relief for me, like stressful relief, and just to make sure I was there to hug him and let him know how proud I was. It was just a moment, man, I'll never forget. It's still, to me, it's still surreal, man. It's crazy.
What did you do, Rick, like raising him? You know, you're an NBA player, obviously, right? It's a fairly charmed life for a kid growing up to a dad in the NBA. I'm sure his life was much more charmed than yours growing up. What did you guys do to just keep him so grounded, which he clearly is?
Just, you know, for us, man, we want to, you know, you raise your kids to be, you know, great people first. You know, first and foremost, chase your dreams, your goals. You know, obviously as a kid, you know, you play every sport. I'm no different than any other parent. You know, you sit there and then you cheer and you hope your son becomes, you know, for us, it was just to get a scholarship, you know, be honest with you. And no one could dream about this playing in the NBA and playing for the New York Knicks, win a championship. Like, I'd be lying to you to say, like, this is what we planned. We just want to get a scholarship and see where we're taking, man. But, you know, we're just so proud of the way he carries himself. That credit goes to, you know, his mom, not me. You know what I'm saying? And, but no, it's just amazing. It's still amazing to me.
What's the one memory, is there a moment, is there something that your son did during this run that sticks out more than any other?
Wow, that's the question there. I would say, for me, off the top of the head, I can remember, I would say, that fourth quarter in Cleveland, in New York against Cleveland. I think we're down 20, what have you, and just the electricity in the Garden, and he's in the middle of all that, and I was sitting there like, what's going on here? Right. And but it's just so many great moments. But right now that sticks out just because of the Garden was just electric, and he was in the middle of it, so that was great.
You also, you've known not just obviously Jalen all your life, but you've known Josh and Mikal because it goes back to Villanova. I thought, I don't know if you've even seen it yet, but after Game 2, we had Mikal on with us on MSG, and Rick, the look in his eyes was like he was possessed as he's doing this interview. Like he had this crazy look in his eye, and he was mad at himself for how he finished that game, but he had a good game, and he was just that 0-0 mentality, all the stuff he was saying. But when you see not just obviously Jalen doing what he's doing, but when knowing Josh as long as you have and knowing Mikal as long as you have, those three guys, and seeing them do this together, that's got to be special too, right, from your perspective, because you've known them for so long.
Yeah, obviously just going to all the Villanova games and obviously going to practice and watching those guys grow and the relationship that he has with them, it was special. Like you said, I was there obviously in 2016 when they won the first championship, and then to 10 years later to win the NBA championship. I'm just speaking from a dad looking. I just can't imagine being those three guys. I think they're the first to ever do something like that. Right. But to me, man, a lot of that credit. Listen, we raised our kids the right way, but as far as teaching those guys how to play the right way. I would like to say that I had a little bit to do with it, but Jay Wright has a lot to do with it. The way that he taught those guys how to be, team player or team first, and so that Jay gets a lot of credit for that, and just the way they carry themselves, man. They represent the university great, and it's just fun to watch.
Rick, obviously you were a fabulous basketball player and put together a career in the NBA, which is an incredible accomplishment. Your son is now going to be someone who we're talking about potentially a Hall of Fame career and all of these things. At what point did you know as a parent, oh man, my son's a better ball player than me?
Probably when he was 16.
Really? In high school, you could tell he was on a different trajectory.
He was definitely on a different trajectory than me. I didn't have no one to be there every day, working me out, teaching me how to play. So, I knew he'd be a better player than I ever was in high school and in college, man. But I think that's what we do as parents. You raise your kids to be better than you in every aspect of life. So, right. That was our goal. You got to be better than me. And, I'm not jealous of it. I'm happy. I wanted to accomplish more than I can ever dream of, man. And I'm just here for the ride and just excited about it and just watching.
Talking to Rick Brunson here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Rick, what was the dynamic like of dad and assistant coach?
Well, for me, I've always been his father in terms of the respect. I've never been his friend, not trying to be his friend. So that line will never get crossed. I think the adjustment we had to make was I've never coached him, at any level, little league or anything. I've never been on the sideline actually coaching him. Training him, yes. But coaching him, I never did. So that was a little adjustment for me and him. But the dad situation, there was no adjustment because, I was always his dad. We're never buddy. I was never a fan. I was never in awe. And for him, he never crossed the line. He kept our respect to this day. And so, I'm just grateful that, I have someone that took what we taught him and lives by it. And hopefully he can teach that to his kids and continue that, the respect.
You guys did have a viral moment, though, another one. And that was, I think it was the Atlanta series where you had it out, the two of you. And afterwards, Jalen said it's just two competitors. But now that this whole journey's over with, Can you share what that was about? Because it really caught everyone's attention, and it did show there's a moment where you're a coach, there's a moment when you're dad.
For that one, I was being a coach. And so, like, again, I've always told him that wasn't the first time. And there was times in the 4 years I've coached that he has snapped back at me, and I'm cool with that because, like, you know, Josh has snapped at me. Players snap at coaches. That's what it is, the emotional part of the game. But in that situation, you know, we had talked the night before, the game before. He was struggling in terms of turnovers. I'm like, yo, dude, you got 7 turnovers, and 5 of them is you just playing with the ball behind your back. You know, just kind of, hey, man, you know, you got to be careful. And then so that game came up, and he went behind his back, and he tipped it and hit his foot, went out of bounds. And I went and I said, hey, listen, you got to, and as soon as I went to say it, he goes, I know. You're going to tell me not to go on like, cut me off. I just said, hey, man, either help me, you either let me coach you or you coach your damn self. And, you know, it was a little back and forth, but that's because he knew I was right. And you know, and then we walked away, and that was it. And he stopped going behind his back, and we ended up winning the series.
And then later on, and game 2, I guess, in the finals, De'Aaron Fox tries to get in his face, ultimate stare-down moment.
Hello?
And you can hear us, right?
Oh, no.
We didn't lose him, did we?
Well, yeah, now I can. Now
okay,
I
now
can.
he's good. Okay. So you went down the sideline, and I'm trying to remember which referee it was, and I give him credit for just letting it happen.
Tony Brothers.
It was Tony Brothers, right? You went down the sideline where there was an altercation. That was a dad moment, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, I disagree. No.
No?
No. So, like, you have to remember one thing, and I'm being truthful with this. Like, at the end of the day, I'm going to be scrutinized because I'm his father. I get it. But, like, in the Atlanta series, I'm on the court with Mitchell. I'm the one to grab Mitchell Robinson. You know, when Josh, the next game, the next series, Josh gets knocked down by MSG by Cornette. I'm the first one on the court. And I'm explaining it because we as coaches, we have a job. 2 coaches have to stay on the sideline to keep the guys from leaving the bench so they don't get suspended. And the other coaches are to go down there to diffuse things.
Okay.
So now when I walked away, they were chipping and chapping. But, like, that's the competitive fire in me. I'm going to say something back. But I'm like, he's a grown man. But I want to go down and make sure, like, all I saw was Jalen in front of their bench. Anything could happen. Whether he could push somebody, they could push him, and the next you know, he's suspended. So, but, you know, if people want to say that it was a dad moment, go ahead. But I was just trying to make sure, you know, things were cool and it wasn't going to escalate. And I'm gonna stick by that.
I just love that you said you're not like that. We all know what you were saying there. Yeah. You're not like that, which is what everybody was thinking.
I'm cool, man. My head is calm.
Now we were having a chat the other day, and we were sort of bouncing this back and forth, and it was tough to sort of land on someone. Is there anyone who you can sort of compare to your son's game? Because he is really, really unique when you think about the way he plays, style of play, undersized, not the fastest, not the strongest, but can always find his shot. Did he ever remind you of anyone else's game when you watched him come along as a player?
Wow. Jeez. I don't know. I don't know who I would compare him to in terms of, like, that. Because I'm looking at his game that you're talking about now. I know growing up, I remember, like, you know, I would have him watch videos of, like, Kenny Anderson, Nick Van Exel, and Steve Nash because of their size, but their ability to score, their ability to make shots off balance. And Steve Nash was really, really big on that, you know, shoot layups, one-hand runners. He's pretty much, I think, one of the first small guards to make all those, you know, those ridiculous shots when you're small and you got to get off quick. And so he perfected that. So, but I don't know who to compare him to. I never really thought about that. I just, you know, you just try to work and try to be the best you can be. But I don't think we're really trying to compare him to play like somebody. I don't know that one.
And what about, like, I was watching a piece that was on Instagram the other day about the moment when he met Kobe and got the sneakers years ago and had that interaction. What can you say? What do you remember about how a young teenage Jalen reacted to that, and just generally the influence of Kobe on Jalen?
Well, the relationship with Kobe was, you know, obviously growing up, he grew up in Philly. You know, I went to college in Philly, and my wife played volleyball, and was teammates and roommates with his older sister, Sharia. So Kobe would always be around at Temple. So I knew Kobe, and he would come play pickup with us. And so I had a good relationship with him, and then obviously playing against him. So anytime I seen Kobe, he would stop in his tracks and always show love to me and my wife or whatever. And it was just a situation where we were in, I was working for Chicago, and we were playing him on Christmas, and Jalen was coming up. I think he was in 9th or 10th grade. And I just wanted, that's Kobe Bryant. Like, can you give some words of wisdom to Jalen? And I'll never forget that, why do you play if you're not trying to be the greatest? And I was like, wow, like that was so crazy to say to a 10th grader. Yeah. But now, now Jalen, people's calling asking, can Jalen give wisdom, words of wisdom to guys? So it's just kind of unique, man. But, obviously we cherish him and we cherish his relationship. And we're fortunate enough that Jalen can represent his brand in the Kobe brand that he represents now with Nike.
Mm-hmm. Your relationship with Patrick Ewing goes obviously way back. We had Patrick on the other day. Mm-hmm. He talked about how he went on the bus in San Antonio, broke down, cried, knowing he couldn't help you guys, and knew that this might be his last chance. Like, he really revealed a lot of things to us. What is it? What did it mean for you to see him back around the team again, and to see him get to enjoy that? Because I'm sure for you and the rest of the guys on that team, to see that he couldn't play in that final, you have him at full health. You never know what could have happened then. So does that mean anything for you? Because he talks about you and your family. Like, you guys are so special to him and bringing you guys to Jamaica and all those things. So I want to reverse it. What do you see in him that he's able to be around this?
I mean, even now, man, like, I don't even think Pat realized it's Patrick Ewing. Like, I mean, sometimes I say, like, yo, you know who you are. Like, you're Patrick Ewing. Like he's like an idol. He's an icon, and we look up to him. And I know me personally, I happen to be, my locker was right next to his when we played together. And like you said, went on vacation with him. But just the respect and the love that he had for Jalen and myself, man. And man, I was telling somebody the other day, I seen him, like, after the game, I said, come on, man, we got to get a picture with the trophy, me and you, and then me, you, and Jalen, and then him and Jalen. But he was so excited for Jalen. And I'm like, yo, this is Patrick Ewing. Like, he was just so selfless, man. And people don't see that part of Pat. People see that mean look and the way he played, the nastiness he was. Man, he was so selfless, man, and so happy for Jalen. Like, and I just walked away like, man, I can't even believe Patrick Ewing is happy for Jalen. Like, wow, this is crazy. Patrick Ewing. I just kept saying that. And, man, I got love for him, man. That's my guy.
Rick, the celebrations aren't over. You got the parade tomorrow, but since the win on Saturday, what are some of the cool things that have happened with you and the team?
For me, I'm kind of laid back, man. Like, as soon as we won, we landed, and I went back to my house in Jersey, man. It was just too chaotic for me. I mean, I'm at the age now, I can't be staying up all hours of the night celebrating, man. But to watch and listen to my kids enjoy it and have fun, my family members calling and so happy. And then yesterday was the first time today was the first time I've been in this city since we won, and just walking around and people, going crazy, man. It's just, like I said, it's still a dream to me, man. It's just crazy.
I don't think you guys realize it. Maybe the parade you'll realize it, but really what we felt, I'm telling you, just being out, seeing people. I walked out. It was 2:30 a.m. when we were done that Saturday night or Sunday morning. I walked out into 7th Avenue, and just seeing the pure joy was insane. But I need to now confirm something, because we had Spike Lee on earlier in the show, and he was very quick to tell us that you reached out to him and invited him to be on the float. Can you confirm?
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%. Come on, man. I've been with Spike since I was in college, man. Big fan of Spike, man. Why not? I mean, come on, man. He's family, man. And we also reached out to another guest on the float. Hopefully, she will be there, and she's confirmed she'll be there. But I got my fingers crossed. She's so busy. Mariska, you got to have Mariska with us, man. She's part of the family, man. So. Yeah,
you didn't feel a certain way when she was at a Laker playoff game?
She did show up at a Laker playoff.
She was cheering? I don't know. We all felt the way. Like, wait a minute. What is she doing there? I thought she's a Brunson
fan. No, man. We know where her heart lies, so we good with her.
For sure.
Rick, this has been so much fun. I know you've been busy. Congratulations to you, your son, and have fun tomorrow. I think it's going to be quite the scene.
Yeah, can I end with something?
Oh, please.
So, really, I've been meaning to. This been so crazy, but I want everyone to know I got this beautiful, beautiful card from Hahn, man, before the game, and I kept that card in my locker the whole Game 5, man. So I just want to let you know I appreciate it. I read it. I still got it. I saved it, and it meant a lot, man, for the words that you said to me in that card, man. So I really, really appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Wow. Well, now we got to find out what happened with this card. We knew nothing about this, right?
Well,
I think it's between the boys.
Hey, let's leave it there. It's just a beautiful card. It's a special moment. We're going to leave it right there.
Oh, that's
wow.
cool, man.
So I'm just so thrilled for you, though.
Oh, that's awesome, man. And by the way, enjoy Father's Day, man. You did good. You did good.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you, man.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot. That's Rick Brunson. That was some great stuff. Really good stuff. But what a classy guy we work with.
Given a card. We don't know what the card said.
That's not our business.
It's funny. I thought he said car, and I'm like, no, that's Princeton Jeep.
Well, I was going to say, I don't think Alan did that. I think that was your work. But yeah, wow, a card.
But
And for the record, I saying Happy Father's Day. I met his daughter the other day too. Did a great job both times.
Erica, yeah.
Yeah, they really they
done well.
killed it as parents.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to do a book. They have to. That's a book.
How to get your undersized son into the NBA?
Oh, just how to
have class children.
Well, but seriously, like you saw those videos, they were tough on him.
Yeah,
but the right kind of tough. It's okay to be tough on your kids. It's okay to challenge your kids. It's okay to let them realize failure and learn from it and build and be better from it. Right? All these things, like you can't protect them from any of that stuff. And you also can't tell them what they can't do. Limitations. That doesn't happen for someone like us. You can't do that.
No.
You got to let them dream. Well, and you can't be afraid of it. Well, what if they don't reach that dream? What if they fail? But along the way, they're going to learn something that's going to enrich them, right? And that's all the things that they did here. It just so happened to work into something phenomenal.
Well, whenever you see a class act, a good guy, they said this about Jeter all the time. All you have to do is look at the parents. The parents, most of the time, are largely responsible for how that kid turns out. And you can see that he was reared well. You can get spoiled when you're the son of an NBA player, right?
Why are you laughing?
Because Don's used the word reared, and all I can think of it is the drop of he was reared by his wife or his mother. That's all I could think about.
I was trying to give like a really serious.
I know,
but that's not what the show's about.
And then you
brought up
one
the
word.
reared.
One word. It's all it took.
And I don't even remember.
How about when he said that the stuff that he sees online affects him as a parent? Think about how tough that is. That you have to because clearly you go on social media, you see this stuff, and they're talking about your kid. And you've seen the stuff people have said about him, the doubts they've had about him, right? Things that people have said when he signed. What Stephen A. Stephen A. had a little bit of a moment there on First Take when he wasn't happy about the signing. Now, clearly he's a lot happier about it now. But there was a lot of things that were being said. And as a parent, you got to sit there and just listen to it. What are you going to do?
It's tough.
But then to watch him quiet all the noise.
It's amazing.
Beautiful.
Also amazing is the opportunity you have on FanDuel because FanDuel's changing the game. Sometimes your player gets subbed off, and then your bet goes with them, but not anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player's subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. 21 plus. Physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY at 467-369.
Now, I want to remind everybody, tomorrow we're going to be at Stout starting at 3 o'clock. So if you're going to the parade, you want some place to go out and have some fun, maybe you park your car over by the Garden, or maybe you're going to take Penn Station home, swing by Stout, 35th between 7th and 8th Avenue. We'll be there from 3 to 6 because the Mets have an early game against the Phillies tomorrow. We'll have some special guests. We'll have a lot of fun. So come out, swing by Stout tomorrow at 3 o'clock as we'll put the close on the celebration from the parade tomorrow. More calls, 1-800-919-3776. ENN, like you read about, coming up at 6. Dan Grassa at 7 on ESPN New York.
If you think a new central air conditioning system is out of your budget, think again. Slomin's is here to change the game with their preseason super sale. They're now offering cutting-edge 18-SEER 2026 refrigerant-compliant R45 4B systems, expertly installed by their certified technicians, all at the lowest prices of the year. That's right. Get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Plus, they're including a comprehensive service plan for 5 years, including annual system checks, filter replacement, and refrigerant to keep your AC running smoothly all summer long. Call Slomin's today at 516-932-7000 for your free estimate. But hurry, these cool savings won't last. That's 516-932-7000 or visit ac.slomans.com. 18-month promo period, no payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. The offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, New York, are you okay to drive? Did you know that driving under the influence isn't just limited to drinking alcohol? Cannabis, prescription drugs, and street drugs can all impair your ability to think and react behind the wheel. Drugs alone or combined with alcohol can cause poor coordination and lack of focus. Don't put your life on the line or take someone else's away. Cabs, rideshare, or public transportation are at your fingertips. The New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee is reminding you to make a safe choice. Always drive sober.
Big events are bringing more riders across the region. So if you're taking New Jersey Transit for everyday trips, plan ahead. Check schedules, allow extra time, and consider traveling outside of peak hours when you can. New Jersey Transit is running additional service to help keep everyone moving. But a little planning goes a long way. Stay aware, be courteous, and ride smart. New Jersey Transit, keeping your day on track. Plan your trip at njtransit.com.
The New York Knicks, world champions. Finally.
Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
Enjoy it, Knicks fan. Enjoy it, Knicks Nation. Signed, sealed, and delivered, your 2026 New York Knicks.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We've got the Yanks home tonight in the Bronx and ahead of their big ticker tape parade tomorrow. Knicks All-Stars Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart throwing out the first pitch. Heading that way using the inbound. George, you're in pretty good shape for both the upper and lower decks. Deegan just packed both up and down, heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound, George. Outbound, Lincoln, your best ride at 30 minutes. Outbound, Hahn, closer to 40. No relief on the Southern State westbound in Nassau County, still shut down by Baldwin Road in Hempstead. Ongoing accident investigation. Everybody being forced off onto the southbound Meadowbrook toward Sunrise Highway. Eastbound side just crawling with everybody stopping to take a look. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. The big soccer tournament is here. Skip the traffic and take public transit. Sit back, relax, and arrive on time. In a showdown of transit versus traffic, transit wins every time. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries, ready to stop operating and start automating. Service Titan. AI for the trades.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Oh, yeah. Now we're having a conversation.
This might be my favorite Bee Gees song.
It's up there.
Easily.
Love
no,
this
no,
song.
no, not easily.
What do you mean?
I Love You Inside Out is to me right here in the battle for.
I got to push back.
I'm Love You Inside Out number one.
I got you. There's no chance that's number one in my book.
Whoa.
But your book? Maybe.
We don't need to fight.
Not my book. I'm just
what
saying.
about you, Don? Where do you fall in Love You Inside Out?
Well, I like it. I'm not as much as this. There's some of the stuff from the folk era that I'm a fan of.
Oh, that's true. You do like you do.
Yeah,
like
that won't register with me as much, but I'm a big Love You Inside Out.
But like I started a joke. I like
put
that
it above this.
Play a little bit of that, Jacob.
Which one?
I started a joke. I like that song.
Is you going to the folky ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really kind of sappy Beatles-esque.
The Beatles-esque era Bee Gees. I didn't even know about that era until the documentary came out. Really?
That's where it all began.
I know, but
so who they were until they
that's
met
a great
disco.
Documentary, by the way.
Then they met disco.
Well, so what I wanted to say before about the Knicks.
By the way, Rick was unbelievable.
He was terrific.
Yeah, he brought it.
If you missed it, check it. We're going to have the podcast out.
You don't want to miss that.
He was really good just telling all the stories behind the scenes that you want to hear.
No, he was terrific, and it was a lot of fun. But when I see this championship, guys, listen, I'm a lifer here, soon to be celebrating 25 years here. Do you know how long we went when I was doing the K show, where the Knicks were a rumor? They'd get brought up when they fired a coach.
Yep.
They got brought up when they hired Isaiah Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
They got brought up, when Ewing's number was retired and when he eventually was traded. They came up whenever there was like a news story, but they were just not a part of the conversation. I started here in 2001, so the Yankees were in the World Series against the Diamondbacks, and then
that was the end of their playoff run. So the station, what was the first day of the station?
September 3rd, 2001.
All right, so that was their they will not have seen the playoffs for another 3 years, and then they get swept, and then won't see the playoffs for another 7 years.
And so I think one of the first Nick remotes we did was going into that Boston series. So what year would that have been when they got swept? Otherwise it was like, again, when they hired a coach, they hired Brown. We did a show at the play-by-play. God, I missed that place. The play-by-play was awesome.
Yes.
Did you ever get to go to the play-by-play, Peter?
No, I don't think I did.
It was
cool
a sports bar in the garden. So I'm trying to remember because it's changed so much. So when you entered through the breezeway, and you went up the escalator, it was there.
Right there.
Right?
Play-by-play was right there.
So you know what I'm talking about? If you enter through 7th Avenue, right, you walk into the garden, and then there's that escalator that'll take you up to the elevators to go to the suites.
Yep.
Right there was the play-by-play. So it was a sports bar in the garden. And it would stay open for maybe an hour and a half after the games.
Yeah.
Sometimes you occasionally might see an assistant coach or somebody that might
go. You get done
there.
with the post-game show. You go right there. You got a little time.
So when was it there till?
Good spot. When they did the transformation of the building.
Yeah,
reimagination.
It was done. But when we first, it was. So all these memories come flooding back. So when we got the rights to the Knicks and Rangers, the Knicks got the head start because they had a season. The Rangers didn't because we were in the lockout. And so when the Rangers started back up again in 2005, what they did, I was hired to do the pre and post with the Rangers. Brandon Tierney was hired to do the pre and post with the Knicks. And what they had after the game, after we would do the 30-minute post game, we would go into the play-by-play, and we would do a show after MSG's post-game was over. If it was a Ranger game, I would do a show from the play-by-play on MSG.
Right.
And then Brandon would do one after a Knick game. We'd get guests, not big time. Maybe if there was an alum. Yeah. Remember Glenn Anderson was there one time. We'd always get the Maven, on. And then it was so cool. Like that was like my introduction to the Garden and stuff. And I'm like thinking about that and like how far they've come. They were like a non-story. They were a punchline. To now they're on top of the world, man. On top, and we got the Knicks and Rangers, like I said, 04-05 season. So that's over 20 years that we've been a part of that. And also, I get sentimental as we're getting close to the 25th anniversary of this radio station. The Knicks are the first team to win a title that we were a rights holder of. We started out the station. We were you ready for this, young fans? When we started the station, we were the flagship station for New York Islanders hockey and Army football.
Okay, that's something.
And
there's something there.
Army didn't come close to winning a national championship.
No.
We were just excited the Islanders made the playoffs at that point. Three straight years.
Those were fun days, yeah.
They were fun. And since then, we've had the Rangers come close, going to the Stanley Cup final in 2014, but they fell short, losing in 5 games there. And, the Knicks didn't win. And the Jets, we had the Jets for 16 years. They went to a couple of championship games back-to-back, but never won. So we're like, God, and we finally got it. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, the relationship we have, and hope to continue as well. 1-800-919-3776. Want to hear from you. Let's go back to the busy phones, and let's talk to Janine in Colonia. You're on ESPN New York. What's going on?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good.
Big Knicks fan. In my personal fandom, I'm very, very fortunate seeing Yankees World Series, seeing Giants Super Bowls, but this was different. I mean, there was just nothing like their whole. It's almost like losing really truly wasn't even an option. It's like sometimes Brunson looked like he was playing in someone's backyard. He was just like, I'm just going to do it. So it's really awesome. So the fact that we kind of like the unprecedented thing of if you win the cup, you don't win the finals.
Right.
The other thing, did you guys talk about the 40-20 thing?
No, I was going to bring that. It's a great point.
That's a very good point.
That's the Phil Jackson, for those who don't know, Janine's talking about the Phil Jackson theory that if you win 40 games before you lose 20, the majority of the time, those teams are the true contenders for a championship. The Knicks, as we did this earlier in the year,
just missed it, right?
Knicks didn't do that. They missed it, I think they got to 20 losses at 38 wins, I think, right?
And
something like that.
And the Bucks didn't do it either, right? Was that the other team?
Yep. That 2021 Bucks team
bucked the trend, but
good. I see what you did there.
Oh, okay. Because when Alan, when you were talking about that, whenever it was around that time. I mean, I was like, I was buying in. I'm like, that's it. I said, we're screwed now. So I really bought into it. But but it was it was awesome, and the fact that it's kind of like a Phil Jackson theory is also another reason.
I don't mean to cut you off. I just
cool
want to update.
Yeah.
It was actually 34-20. That's
wow.
I thought it's not close. 34-20.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that far off.
Me neither. I thought it was a little bit close. I knew they weren't like there. It was off the table, but I didn't know it was 6 off.
Yeah, but they had their swoon right after that NBA Cup swoon, right? And that got them to 25-18. Then they ended up winning 8 in a row. Remember they smoked the Nets? They beat the Nets by like 60.
Yeah.
And then they went on this tear, and then they got to 33-18. All right, so you got a shot. And then they once again started fumbling around, and next thing you know, there they were at 20 losses and 35 wins.
I believe you're going to see a lot of NBA trends go by the wayside here.
Because of parity?
Because of parity.
Yeah.
8 straight different champions, the whole 40-20 thing, home court advantage. And unfortunately what comes with that is it devalues the regular season, right? Like the Knicks were a 3 seed. They didn't have to win their division. They didn't have to be a 1 seed. So you wonder, does that now make, I don't want to say the regular season irrelevant, but in some ways, it kind of just, there should be less panic, right? There should be less sense of urgency of, this is a big game tonight and it's December. I guess that's the negative part of not this run, but of just parity in general, that we've bucked all those trends that the best teams in the regular season don't have to be in the conversation necessarily of being champions. Even the Knicks, who were favored to win the conference, still only finished 3rd.
Yeah, but you're still seeing the best teams winning. I mean, the Thunder won last year. They had 60 wins. Like, you're still You're still getting that.
Yeah, but
you know,
but you're not. But the Pacers weren't the best team in the East. I don't think.
No, they had a great second half,
and they came within one game.
But
of
they
winning.
were a team.
They were really good in the second
half. They just clicked. I mean, Wendy used to say they were a contender hiding in plain sight because no one saw them as such because they were lower in the standings. So they had a bad start, but once they got healthy, they suddenly clicked. You know, Boston the year before that, they were 60 when they were a great team. Like Denver, not so much, but you know, they had the MVP. So I still think it's upper echelon, but I think you're right as far as the midseason panic, I think, can start to go away with the way we handle the regular season.
Listen, can you dig yourself a hole you're not going to get out of? Sure.
Absolutely.
But this whole, oh, my God, we're going into February and a team's the 5 seed or the 6 seed. And all. Because remember, we were having conversations. If the Knicks aren't careful, they could have dropped to the 6.
Yep.
We were having that conversation.
Yeah, the Raptors
It'll
are
never be
playing well.
remembered. It'll never be brought back up again. But that's what happened. So as
we analyzed so much about what could happen, how much would change. It seems like such a distant memory. I remember.
Do you forget at the trade deadline, the Bucks were waiting for the Knicks to call?
Oh, yeah. And I remember about.
And we debated it. Should they?
Maybe like 10, 15 games left, 15 games left. I remember Ballard hitting me up, and I brought up his point on the air. They had blown a game, and he was sort of like we have to be honest about who Mike Brown is. Like, this is who this team is. They do the same things every time. They make you start believing. Then all of a sudden they disappear. This is just who they are. And there are a lot of fans who'd really kind of reached their wits' end at different points this season. To think about what happens after Game 3 against Atlanta, it's
right.
Yeah, even like you said, Atlanta too, 2-1.
But it shows you
championship.
What you're talking about, though, Don, does show you the example of what Tom Thibodeau always said. Tom Thibodeau wasn't about where we are in December and where we are in January. He didn't care. He played to win every single game, but he wasn't like, we need to win 60. He wasn't about that. His whole thing was, we have to be playing our best at the end of the season.
Right.
And to his credit, if you look at his March and Aprils, the Knicks always had strong runs into the postseason, and that's when they were playing their best.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really, to me, the new formula of the NBA. You're a team. Getting out of the gate's nice, just give you a little bit of space, but really what matters most is what you do. If in March and April you're now really starting to hit your stride, that's when you can become that dangerous team in the postseason.
By the way, the best game of the World Cup, I think, is taking place right now. I know you guys aren't too locked
I've been
in.
watching.
Where is
But
this?
England's up 3-2 on Croatia.
Where are we playing this game?
Where is this game, guys?
I don't know. You think they'd put it up there?
Yeah,
No.
Dallas. It says
It doesn't
Dallas.
look. Oh
We're-
yeah, now
there-
you
see?
just say Dallas. I'm like, yeah, that kind of looks
Not
like
AT&T. It's just Dallas.
Well, they
you
can't say that.
AT&T because
If they didn't pay.
yeah,
I think SoFi paid.
yeah,
Pretty
well,
sure
they had
SoFi
to.
paid. Because it's built into
No,
they couldn't
So
cover.
is
me
this
ask
in
you
Jerry World?
I imagine so, yeah.
They put grass in Jerry
Oh,
World.
everywhere.
Did you hear about the complaints about the grass at MetLife?
No.
Hilarious.
Wait, what?
Players hate it. Said it sucks.
The soccer players hated it.
Yes.
So even when they put grass down in MetLife, it sucks.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's just the actual space itself sucks.
They spent
It's not even
$6
called MetLife
billion
right
on something that is best defined as sucking. MetLife sucks.
It does
I'm
suck.
sorry. For the amount of money that they spent,
I
and I
hate
know the excuse of, well, you know, the Jets and that has nothing to do with it.
No.
They had no imagination whatsoever. You go to Minnesota, you go to Dallas, you go to Atlanta. These are gorgeous stadiums that you can be proud of. Now, at the end of the day, so what? They're gonna, if the team's good, they're going to fill the building and have season tickets, all that stuff. But you want something to be proud of. That is,
Dude, when you go, like last summer, we went to Beyonce. Like you just want to go to a concert.
Mm-hmm.
There's no. I went to Kendrick too. There's no vibe outside. It's you pull up and you're like, where are we?
No,
What is this?
You're wind. It's like you're getting windburn because it's just the wind gusting across.
But
it's flat and ugly.
listen, unfortunately, there's not. The problem is that you're building a stadium that hardly gets used, right? Like, we use an arena, concerts, everything, but you got football teams. Occasionally, Princeton Ski Shop comes in, takes it over for a week, and then the Rolling Stones come back, right? Something like that.
No,
I'm not even talking about the location and how difficult it is to get out. I'm just talking about the building itself. Yes, the concourses are wider, and they've got different, better suites and all that stuff. And it fits more people, and maybe there's better sight lines. But I'm just talking about the way it looks. It looks like a big Venetian blind.
And it does. It's awful.
You know, it doesn't have any personality
It's dead
whatsoever.
last. It's dead last in the
NFL.
Well, NFL's in. Sure, I haven't
Is
been
it
to every
stadium
one.
number 32 in the league?
That I
Or
don't.
31.
So I don't know.
Or 30 because so.
But here it's dead last.
Of
Of all the
venues.
I'd rather go to the Rock.
Yeah.
I'd rather go to UBS.
Yeah.
I'd rather go to MSG. I'd rather go to
City.
Yankee Stadium. I'd rather go to City Field, of course.
Yeah.
I got to say,
where
that
would
every
you ra-
upgrade.
Yeah.
Every upgrade.
Now,
I'm not a particular fan of Yankee Stadium per se. I think Citi Field is better.
Way
That's
better.
my
I
feeling.
agree.
But it's a better experience than the old Yankee Stadium. It just is. It's newer. It's a bigger concourse.
It's not
a better
ugly.
experience.
You
No,
pull
it's
up,
not
it looks
ugly.
nice.
I'm just
Fine.
saying that but the Rock destroys the Meadowlands. UBS destroys Nassau Coliseum. Maybe the
all the
vibe
upgrades,
standpoint,
right,
but they upgraded. I'm sure there's certain people that say, yeah, sure, they upgraded at MetLife compared to Giant Stadium, but for the
barely.
average fan, you're not
Nothing.
getting any better of an
Now
experience
here's your
at all.
question. Here's your question. Because the World Cup championship is at that stadium. If these guys are saying this field sucks, inconsistent bounces, the grass too dry, like there's a lot of complaints about it. Does the World Cup go like, Kansas City, like that looked beautiful?
I don't
they had to
think
make a lot of
at
renovations
at
there.
this stage.
LA, do you
how
just say
do
we
that?
got to move it?
How do you do that? The people that bought, spent thousands of
How
dollars
do you play
for
the
tickets?
biggest game in the world?
Well, I
on
don't
a
know.
Bad
I-
field?
They'll say
You know what?
they'll say they're going to work on it. They'll
Yeah,
say,
they
hey,
better.
we're going to get in there and work on
They
it.
better.
How is there less than zero that I care what FIFA has to say? They're all just in it for the cash anyway. What do they care? These players could all die on the field as long as they cash their checks. They don't care.
That
You think
sounds
they
NFL.
care about competition or anything?
I'll
Stop
tell you
it.
what,
Sounds very NFL.
FIFA is kind of the hold my beer of greedy leagues. It's amazing.
Right, they make the NCAA
And that said,
like a church.
And that's right. It's so true. And by the way, and just like the NCAA tournament, this tournament, in spite of the best intentions of the people to ruin it, the game is just so good, and the fans are just so passionate that you end up enjoying it because it's just a great tournament. It's one of the great tournaments in all sports. But no, FIFA's the worst. It's just the worst.
1-800-919-3776. ENN's coming up at 6 o'clock. Dan Gross at 7. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The 2026 New York Knicks. Basketball immortality.
It's happening, Knicks fans! It's happening! It's been 53 years!
It's over! It's over! Knicks fans, this is not a dream! Your long, long wait has ended! Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks.
The World's Game at BetMGM is here. Bet on the soccer showdowns with 2-up early payouts so that if you're up 2, BetMGM will pay you. That's right. Place a pregame, straight match result bet on any tournament game. If at any point your team is up by 2 goals, you'll instantly win your bet. Then enjoy BetMGM's same-game parlays, daily promotions, player props, and so much more for the World's Game. Don't miss your shot at an early win with 2-up early payout to get paid out if at any point your team is up by 2 goals, regardless of the final outcome of the match. Make it a tournament to remember with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Golf fans, the biggest names in golf are taking center stage at Shinnecock Hills. Join Team ESPN and Michelob Ultra tomorrow, June 18th from noon to 1:30 p.m. at Union Burger Bar. Michelob Ultra will be on site with prizes, samples, and giveaways. So come out and join Team ESPN and Ultra as we kick off the 3rd major of the year. That's tomorrow, June 18th from noon to 1:30 p.m. at Union Burger Bar at 40 Bowdoin Square in Southampton, New York.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I've waited a lifetime for this.
It's happening, Knicks fans. It's happening.
I'm now living the dream.
And a team that will live forever. Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
Champions.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
This is the Michael K. Show.
The Knicks are a legitimate great champion. Everybody put in front of them. They didn't just beat them, they embarrassed them. They didn't just squeak by to win a title. They won a title decisively. There's no doubt about who the best team in the NBA was this year. They are a part of forever. As long as there's an NBA, we'll talk about this Knick team. And every single Knick fan will remember this entire magical mystery run for their entire lives.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
Harry Douglas here to help you get in on the sweet life with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. It's that classic throwback cotton candy flavor, but with 0 sugar and a 5-hour energy boost. I keep these with me so I can tackle that sweet tooth with a tasty caffeine kick and no guilty sugary aftermath. Bring on the sweetness with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy Shots. Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
Knicks fans, join ESPN New York for live coverage of the Knicks Championship Parade tomorrow near City Hall with Bart and Carlin at 10 a.m. Then keep the party going with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live at Stout NYC beginning at 3 p.m. Celebrate this historic title and relive the biggest moments. It's the ultimate Knicks Championship celebration. Brought to you by TickPick, Amazon Hub Delivery, Michelob Ultra, Sloman's, ZipRecruiter, Nissan, Calandra's Bakery, Thrive Well Infusion, Harrisman Firm, Verizon, and New Era.
Oh, here it is. Peter's not going to like it, and I can understand it, but I'm a big...
Well, I don't know if that's true, but I just wouldn't. I won't know it.
I started a joke. Started the hoe. Well, laughing. It's an acquired taste, but it worked for them.
You know what this song always reminds me of, and I'm not trying to kill the song. It's a good song.
No, it is what it is.
But you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the scene in Animal House where the guy's strumming a guitar on the stairs. Yeah. And then
oops.
Pluto grabs it and just smashes it.
It's so interesting. I just have so little knowledge of the early Bee Gees. I did like how that sounds.
It's so incredible how everything changed. That would be a good top 5. Bands that completely changed into something unrecognizable from how they started. Like the Bee Gees. There's that, and then there's Nights on Broadway to Staying Alive, right? Mm-hmm. Right? That's a completely different band.
I know. And Staying Alive was so, I'm not saying it's not a guilty pleasure, but it's so like bad, good/bad that it really taints. Like I did not think the Bee Gees were good until probably like the 2000s.
I didn't appreciate it.
Well, I only thought of Staying Alive.
And you thought it was corny.
And I'm like, it's so corny.
But the beats are good.
I didn't know that was the end. I didn't know that they had all this really good.
The Nights on Broadway.
And here's what makes it insane. Nothing changed. Usually when there's, all right, we changed lead singers or something catastrophic happened to the band. Like when Pink Floyd changed.
Right.
They
Van
lost
Halen.
their lead singer.
Yeah.
Van Halen, they changed their lead singer. You can't take David Lee Roth out and replace him with Sammy Hagar and not change the sound.
Right.
But it's the same three guys. They never changed.
They just decided to do something different.
It's really it's
when
pretty
have you ever
amazing.
seen that?
No,
like a band that just changes a genre, complete
uncommon.
change of genre.
I know that they say the Beatles did with Sgt. Pepper, but it wasn't like this.
Not like that.
Not
That's
like
dramatic.
that. Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys.
It's Tully time.
That's right.
It's Tully time.
Mets beat the Reds today 9-1. Yankees continue their series with the White Sox at 7:05, and the Liberty will visit the Sky. All right, the Sky.
Let's see if you can do it. Come on.
Sky.
Give it a shot.
I should know the Sky.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
when you
sure
I
say
should
it-
know this guy, too.
I'll give you a hint. Something else is happening there today. There's actually a big event there. And maybe it didn't make your radar, but there's a big event happening there today.
So you're saying there's a World Cup game there. I know they're playing in Kansas City. I know they're playing in Dallas. It's not the Dallas Sky. Is it?
I didn't say it was a
No,
World
it's
Cup
not.
game.
What else is going on?
There's a big event today.
There's a big event today.
Big
With
event.
a lot of marquee artists that are all there. But it's not a sports event.
Interesting.
Not a sports event.
What's happening today?
I don't know where he's going.
None of us, the four of us, have no idea where you're going.
Yeah.
I mean, you might not know, but it hit my algorithm, may not hit yours.
I'm going to help you. It's an original Six city. That's how you do it. With Don.
That's how you.
That's how you do it with Don.
All right, it's an original Six City.
Original Six.
It's not the Detroit Sky.
It's not the Detroit.
No, it's
Obviously, it's not the New York Sky.
Certainly not.
There's no Canadian teams.
There are no Canadian
All right, so
teams.
that just leaves me
When's
with...
the game?
Wait, so it's the Chicago Sky?
That is correct, sir.
Sure.
Skyscrapers.
Skyscrapers,
That's why
big
they went
building.
with Sky. Skyline of Chicago.
And today,
The skyline of Chicago.
Listen,
That's
man,
not
I
a
didn't
thing.
do it. I didn't make it
well, there's
up.
skylines.
I know there
It
is.
is,
And
yeah.
some big skyscrapers.
They got
there.
I
some
get them.
skyscrapers. They got the thick-
Do
the
they
thick-
have the tall? Isn't the Sears Tower the tall?
Not anymore, but it was.
Yeah.
But also, people started cheating by adding things on top. Like
Antennas.
the Sears Tower is actually.
Is
I
it
think
still the Sears Tower?
Yeah, Sears is done, man.
Yeah, there's no
I don't
Sears.
think did they change the name? Oh, maybe they did change the name.
What is
Sears and Roebuck.
The event.
Roebuck's been gone a while.
Roebuck
gave
he
up
didn't.
in the
Roebuck
80s.
gave up. He punted. But Roebuck punted.
No, you know what? He saw the future.
He sold.
He's like, let's get out.
Get me
It might
outta
have been a
here.
good 50 years before he had to, but he got out. Let's go to Lou in Manalapan.
The
You're on
event.
ESPN
I didn't
New
tell
York.
you the event.
What is it?
The event is the Obama Library is opening today, and the list of artists performing, Don, is
I can imagine.
a psychotic list of
I got to
artists.
close out the read. Hang in
Hurry
there.
up.
There you go.
Hurry up.
Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Now we go to Lou
Sears
in Manalapan.
Tower is now the Willis Tower.
See, that's not right.
Oh, see, stop.
That's
Enough.
weird.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up, Lou?
How are you? This has been unreal. Honestly, like watching these games, watching the finals. I watched a bunch of games with my cousin. My cousin's been watching every single Knicks game as long as he's been alive. And, I had some bad years with the Knicks, and I really took them serious the last 10 years. But I want to get to my point. It felt unreal. It felt like a dream. It still is a dream. I watched like over 20 hours of just coverage of I watched the MSG show a bunch of times, ESPN, and it's just unreal. But the real comparison, the real thing that makes this team special, more specifically Jalen Brunson, everything you've seen in this city, and I'm not a fan of any of these guys really, but like Jeter and Eli, and I'm a fan of Messier. He's like the combination of all three of them and kind of their stories, Messier came here and the Rangers changed, The Rangers had to get over the hump, and he brought them over the hump. Eli, I mean, the clutch gene, same thing with Jeter, but really the professionalism of all three of those guys. And when he's at the podium and, like, just making a point, and he has so many reasons, or like, he could be like anyone else in this league, and he's not. And I think that's why these critics and the people that report on the league are just like not getting the Knicks. They're not understanding this. We understand it. We watch it every day. But but he's not like one of these cocky new athletes or past athletes that goes on the podium and is like, yeah, I'm awesome at my sport. Like, so what? It's easy, you know? Everything's hard for him, and I just love and respect that. And awesome interview with his dad. Awesome list done. Let's go, Nick.
Good.
See you guys tomorrow.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
I like the take of him being the
Luke,
combo.
come by Stout, Luke. Come by
Yeah.
Stout.
ENN coming up next. On Rosenberg. What happened?
Huh?
No, I just went,
I thought you hit him.
Yeah. If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
I'm a dog, and my job is to make you happy. So I recommend Optimum Fiber for your home. It's famously fast, way better than flaky 5G home internet, which can slow down the more people or dogs are online. So switch to Optimum Fiber, starting at only $25 a month with a 5-year price lock. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. That's 888-4-OPTIMUM. Gus, fetch! I gotta take that. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Greatness isn't given, it's earned. On June 27th at Barclays Center, 2 undefeated stars step into the spotlight for boxing immortality. Jaron Boots Ennis versus Xander Zayas, battling for the unified WBO and WBA World Super Welterweight titles. Only one leaves with the crown. Witness the pursuit of greatness, live at Barclays Center, Brooklyn, June 27th. Final tickets are available now at Ticketmaster.com.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We've got the Yanks home tonight in the Bronx and ahead of their big ticker tape parade tomorrow. Knicks All-Stars Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart throwing out the first pitch. Heading that way using the inbound. George, you're in pretty good shape for both the upper and lower decks. Deegan just packed both up and down, heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound, George. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 30 minutes. Outbound Hahn closer to 40. No relief on the Southern State westbound in Nassau County, still shut down by Baldwin Road in Hempstead. Ongoing accident investigation. Everybody being forced off onto the southbound Meadowbrook toward Sunrise Highway. Eastbound side just crawling with everybody stopping to take a look. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. The big soccer tournament is here. Skip the traffic and take public transit. Sit back, relax, and arrive on time. In a showdown of transit versus traffic, transit wins every time. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
What's up, my friends? This is Francisco Lindor.
This is Devin Williams. This is Luke Weaver.
Bo Bichette here. You're listening to the home of New York Mets baseball.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to ENN.
Ray-Ro.
You ever watch YouTube?
It's presented today, of course, by our friends at Fanatics Fest NYC. Good evening, Don.
Stay alive, stay alive.
Good evening to myself. Well, you guys know that tomorrow I will be at the ultimate watch party for Team USA Soccer. Taking on...
No.
Oh, I'm getting there. Can everyone calm down?
It won't be tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah.
So you think I should go to the parade?
No, you should go to Stout with us, then do whatever you want.
But
the real drop.
What do you think we were being critical of?
I didn't know. I didn't know what I said.
You're like, I'll get there.
By the way, the real drop though, and there could be even if Drop Madness wasn't dead, there could be a bracket. It's really I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word. There's the right term I want to use to describe Anthony's tone, but we can't. It involves a whole, right? The tone, right?
Okay.
I've been called worse.
Like, that's what the drop really is. I mean, listen to Anthony's tone in dealing with me. Well, you guys know that tomorrow I will be at the ultimate watch party for Team USA Soccer. Taking on...
No.
Wait, hold on, I'm getting there. Can everyone calm down?
It won't be tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah.
So you think I should go to the parade?
No, you should go to Stout with us, then do whatever you want.
Everything he said, he spoke 4 times. Each one, he was disgusted with me more.
That was somebody. I don't know if this is true, but it sounded like he was done with you.
Yeah.
And that was like an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, think
so
about
he was done with you before we were halfway through the show.
Think about where he is now. Think about that. How dead I must be.
But we're going to have lunch at Stout tomorrow, and it'll be a cleansing.
Like gentlemen. Tomorrow's going to be interesting.
Oh.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm going to miss the lunch.
John, me and you are having lunch. That's what that sounds like.
Hold on. I'd like to be at the luncheon, but tomorrow I'm going to the parade. I don't know, and then I have to try to get.
Yeah, Anthony, it's me
after Stout.
I'll text you, Don. Don't worry.
Alan, what about you?
I'll be there when it's over.
But there's a lot of unknown. Literally the last parade we had was the Giants in 2011, and it was a different world.
It was.
Think about it. I joined. And I was late to the party, but I joined Twitter in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I was that late to the party.
If it was a day.
But the way social media is now, like it's a happening. 2011 was different.
What are they saying about the weather tomorrow?
Rain. Ish. Ain't gonna rain on this parade though.
No, you can't.
No.
Can't.
Now your suggestion not only is the white polo, crisp white polo, and some slacks.
I don't know if I would have chosen white polo if I could choose, because it does.
That's the new one.
It does. That's your crispiest one.
I have a black one.
Black's always
safe. What about
safe.
your Robert Graham? Robert Graham.
It's golf. Yeah. Golf themed. Done.
You can't.
But nobody's gonna see that.
Yeah.
No, he's on TV for God's sake.
He's on camera. I'm gonna be on camera.
He's a professional.
Yeah.
You can't wear a golf shirt.
Yeah.
With pictures of golfers on it.
Guys, you know the first thing players do when you're wearing something like that.
What do they do?
Hit them straight. Oh, they just kill you. Yeah.
Well,
so.
They're the only team that can go play golf proudly in sports.
Fair point. Right?
Why is that?
Because their season ended with a championship.
They're going fishing that inside the NBA does?
Of course.
Yeah. They can go fishing now.
What's the other one that they use now? Going to, is it Cabo? Cancun.
Oh, Cancun.
Now you go to
Cancun.
I just still can't believe that inside the NBA had the unmitigated, which is the only kind of gall I respect.
There's only gall.
The unmitigated gall when the Celtics were eliminated to put Diana and
Mike
Vrabel on the boat was it's on. It's like they're operating. They do the biggest show in the world, but like they operate like it's an indie show still.
Yeah.
Like they just do.
Yeah.
It's that good. They do whatever they want.
That's what you love about it.
Dude, the other day.
The attitude is, and I don't know why everybody else is so afraid to do these.
They can't. No one can get. They let. It has to. And honestly, you would think it's two things.
What?
Of course, part of it is Charles and Kenny's natural way that they've always had, but it also speaks to Ernie knowing how to let things just be. As the guy who's there to be the serious guy, he learned over the years just, I know when to take, like the other day after I was watching your fantastic post game, they stayed on for a long time too. I went over to them, and there was a moment where Kenny and Shaq were just arguing. because Kenny was basically talking about New Yorkers and what it's like for New Yorkers, and Shaq being like, "You were never on the Knicks, shut up." And he's like, "No, you don't get it. It's about being from New York. Well, I'm from Jersey." I mean, like idiots, like just like us. Like I just mean like us, like yo-yo friends fighting on the air.
Right.
And Ernie lets it go for about 30, 40 seconds before he's like, well, and then knows to like take it the next step.
We're here, they're there, we're going to be here, we'll be here all night, they'll be there all night.
We're going to move on.
When does the parade actually begin?
10.
Parade at 10. Ceremony, though, at noon.
See, that's not a long enough.
No, it is. It's
ride.
plenty. They got to get people out of here, though. They got to start.
No. What I'm saying is, how is it going to take 2 hours to get from Battery Park?
They drive
City
really
Hall,
slow.
But then again, it's New York traffic.
And
of course, it's
and
going
they're
to take 2 hours.
if you were to believe the stats that Don got earlier on ticker tape parades, there's going to be 40 million people there tomorrow.
No,
it says 10 a.m., 50% chance of showers.
Yikes!
The commissioner said they will turn people away at some point as well.
Getting worse.
And then isolated thunderstorms at 11.
No,
33.
No.
We're gonna need some intervention. So you're saying though, acceptable for me to IG Live for a few?
Oh, for
Just
sure.
a little bit, not too long.
You should.
Just let
you
people,
absolutely.
Those who can't make it, I'm going to give you the bird's eye view.
And not only that, yes, you should do that. And also, I would say, if possible, you should call into Bart Carlin, too.
Carlin sent a request.
All right.
I said, text me. I'll do what I can.
Yeah, from the float. You got
live from the float. We are looking live.
By the way, what you should do if it's possible, and I don't want Anthony to have a coronary because God knows with the tech we have over here, it's probably not possible.
The answer's no. But go ahead.
He can't go on Airlink?
No, he cannot. He could. No one would hear him.
Yeah. Remember how that worked?
What a disgrace.
You can. He could.
What a disgrace.
I do believe.
What if I FaceTime?
I haven't heard
well,
that
I could
in a
be
while.
wrong.
That's good. I love that.
No, it's a disgraciata.
What we
can't
could do
FaceTime during the biggest moment in the history of the station. We can't FaceTime.
Well, you can,
but no one will hear it.
Correct.
That's yo-yo.
So you'll have view of a crowd that would be silent because there would be no audio.
Well, is yo-yo.
I'm sorry that you found out this way.
Here's what I would do. Just have fun. Let's just check in on Alan Hahn.
Yeah, and just show it.
You don't have to hear him.
Yeah,
just see what he's doing.
He just wave his camera.
waving
This could be beautiful.
Look, he just tore his shirt off. Like, no, they can make that work.
Let's be
good. It makes you sick.
That would be a headache for Ray.
All right, everyone,
I'm not involved in that.
Everyone in. 1, 2, 3.
Let's be good.
Yeah, we can do it. We too can experience the greatest moment. The guests we've had this week. Your Spikes. Your Rick Brunsons.
Patrick Ewing.
Your Patrick Ewings. Who else do we have day one? I already can't remember.
Monica McNutt. She came on.
And last week and throughout leading up, you can't have video.
No.
All of our great YouTube videos that Anthony spends his entire day producing, there's no video. It just says someone's name. It's not right. Let's hear from someone who also has things to complain about. Scotty Scheffler on the possibility of winning the U.S. Open and getting that Grand Slam.
I think as a player and as a professional athlete, you're never going to live up to the expectations of people. And I think sometimes that's a little bit of the fallacy in our sport is that like, oh man, if I win the U.S. Open, then I'm going to be satisfied. I'm going to be, I've won all the tournaments, then my career is essentially over and I've accomplished everything I could want to accomplish. But then I think the goalposts are always just moved further and further. If you took my career from where I was as a college player, I would have, extremely overachieved being in this position. For me, would it be a dream to win the U.S. Open? Of course. But at the end of the day, the Grand Slam has never been a motivating factor for me. I always just wanted to be the best version of myself, and that got me this far. And so when it comes to this golf tournament, like I said, I'm going to step on the first tee, remind myself that
don't play it out.
Play well, and now it's just a matter of going out there and trying.
Why do you listen to him? Jacob, let me play people out, please, on ENN.
Punish all those golfing yo-yos. You should listen to this.
By the way, no, Don, don't you agree that was interesting? That wasn't a nothing clip. That was actually interesting.
I think it was interesting in its lack of interest.
Yes.
His lack of interest.
Yes.
No, but what's bad about that? That's what I liked
I wanted
about
to hammer him. I couldn't wait for it to be over so I can hammer him.
Why are you mad at him?
Because, again, it's like, so the majors don't, of course the majors matter. Don't all of a sudden lower the bar to take pressure off yourself. Nobody cares if you win the Pioneer Open in Cincinnati.
No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He's saying the Grand Slam, like the idea of once I do this, I need to do this because then what does that mean?
Why try to be better? Let's downplay. First of all, it's boring. I don't even care. I don't even know what he looks like.
Scotty Scheffler?
Well, why would I know?
He's the greatest golfer in the world.
Good for him. It's like being the greatest thing at something I have no interest in.
Anthony, when you texted me last night, and I think it was last night, right?
Yes.
And you said Scheffler would be perfect for validating me?
No, that was actually something different, Peter.
What was
ironically
that?
enough. That was Mitch Marner talking about mental health.
Oh, that was Mitch Marner. But
this might be good, too.
But this is good, too. Because, I just like the concept of it of, hey, I'm not completely defined. Because if you're completely defined by the Grand Slam, the guy's 28 years old, so he's done now. Just coast out for the next 25?
No, stop.
I like it.
I hate it.
Hate it.
Well, number one, he's a golfer. Then there's sub-hate. I listen, no one cares more about mental health than I do. I've gone through it with my family. I take it very, very seriously. But what bothers me sometimes about athletes is they try to lessen the pressure around them instead of realizing that part of what makes you great is handling the pressure, not reducing it, not all of a sudden setting a different goal. Why not aim to be the best ever? That's what Tiger did, right? I mean, Tiger had his eye on Jack from the get-go and was disappointed he didn't get there. Not, well, I don't want to be defined by the Grand Slam, and I just want to be the best version of myself. Stop it.
But Tiger ended up being a miserable, unwell person.
Well, but not because of that.
I don't know. How do you know that? How do you know the explosion, the whole thing that happened with Elin, the drugs,
I guess he couldn't handle
his cars. He couldn't. So because it was the way he did it was so hyper-focused, it exploded.
So because we don't want these people to be damaged, let's lower the bar.
But he's the greatest in the world. Whatever he says is working. You're saying, I don't like what you're saying. It's only a matter of what he's doing. What he's doing is literally playing unstoppable golf every time he steps out. So if he says it the way he says it, it's working for him. You know what I'm saying? He is managing the pressure. He has to say, my God, this is all I care about. But no, why?
I just don't like just publicly trying to, I don't want this to be defined. I'm sorry. It's going to happen. I'm sorry. If you are the best golfer in the world, now, instead of being graded by your competition, you're graded by history. That's just the way it works in sports. And so now he is going to be compared to Tiger. He's going to be compared to Jack. He's going to be compared to the greatest. As much as he may not want to, or he doesn't think he has to, or doesn't care about it, it still exists.
It can. And by the way, he'll probably get the Grand Slam. Maybe it'll be this year.
But I don't think people watching golf, if you're a golf fan, want to know that going for the Grand Slam is just not on his radar. Okay.
I got news for you.
Super.
I can't speak on behalf of all golf fans, but from what I've observed of golf fans, they wouldn't care if he spoke strictly Mandarin and they didn't understand a word he says because when they're marveling at the man on the course. I'm just telling you, can't. Don, you don't even understand the level of impact he has with people who watch the game because he has no personality. By the way, Scotty Scheffler is a blank piece of paper, and somehow he is. The actual people who love golf are obsessed with him. I just thought it was fascinating.
Well, it's my fault for actually thinking it's a sport.
Yeah, and by the way, what are you doing? It's golf. Why are you even trying? Let's go to Marv Albert, please. He had things to say. He was on with Rich Eisen. We haven't heard from Marv on this moment. Think about all the people we talked about, guys, how much impact this Knicks championship has. We didn't even talk much about Marv, and obviously his history. Here's Marv talking about Jalen Brunson.
Brunson, I guess he's listed at 6'2". He's maybe 6'1". It's most unusual to watch him operate on a night-by-night basis, but he has actually done that all season and did it last season, but not to the point that we saw in Game 5 and then the earlier game. But he has really been something, and he handles himself so well. And that's one of the likable qualities of this Knicks squad is that they are extremely likable. You know, that doesn't always happen on teams, particularly winning teams. But this is a very special group.
Marv Albert also on Rich Eisen talking about the role Patrick Ewing has with this team.
Patrick is a changed person. I don't know if you were in New York at the time when he was a star of the team, but he was tough to talk to. And he changed when he became, I got to know him better when he was an assistant to Doug Collins in Washington, and then he coached a bit. And he's a great guy. You know, in the past, he hated talking to anyone in the media. He just was not friendly, and he's turned around, and you could see the way he was so happy for the guys of today on the Knicks team. And he traveled with the team as a number of former Knicks, which was nice to see. But yeah, I did see that photo, and it's really it shows Patrick in a different light than a lot of people remember him from his days as a player.
Nice to hear, Marv.
Mm-hmm.
And what a cool thing it must be for him. I mean, Covered the team as long as he did.
All he's seen. You know?
He was radio for 73?
Yes.
And then all the TV years that followed?
He was radio for 70, too.
70 and 73.
70 and 73, yeah.
And then to continue on and be with the team for so long, and obviously then everything we saw him from him nationally, but very, very cool. Now, yesterday, you guys were all excited to talk some supplemental NFL picks, particularly Brandon Sorsby.
Exciting conversation.
And Paul Finebaum
fine.
was on with Tmx.
Who? I can't.
K. He was on with K.
The K show. He's on the K show.
Oh, you were saying TMKS.
I thought it was Tim something.
No, he's on with Tmx.
Paul Finebaum went on with Michael K.
That's right. And talking about what baggage would be there with Sorsby if you tried to use a supplemental pick on him.
My gut feeling today is no, and you've heard some of the experts speculate, but he has been good at times, but he's been especially mediocre against good competition, which doesn't bode well if you're in the NFL. And even if you wipe all the baggage away, Texas Tech took him because they're an ascending program. They could afford it. They really didn't have a great answer because their current quarterback was injured. And other schools wanted him, but there's such a difference between trying to get a player in the transfer portal and blowing a pick in the supplemental draft. And right now, I just think he's a very questionable player upside. I think he's a long project on top of all the interrogation and just the due diligence that has to be done. I mean, we really don't know, other than Texas Tech sent this guy to rehab for 31 days, what his state of mind is.
That wasn't a roaring endorsement.
No, he is skeptical. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't sound as excited as John Winthrop sounded. I said yes.
I'm surprised with you. You hated the segment, but then Michael K. had a guest on to discuss.
I don't know if you know this about my history with Michael. We didn't always agree with programming.
Gotcha.
On programming.
Okay.
We had some different thoughts about what worked.
Gotcha.
Never comes to mind.
What, never saw? No, we didn't always see things the right way, or the exact same way. But I just feel if you have a team that has struggled, to put it mildly, with
quarterbacks,
not just quarterbacks,
managing news.
Managing everything. If you just struggled with everything.
If you just were bad at everything.
You want I'm sorry to use the example, but you'll know what I mean in terms of personality. You want a Jaden Daniels. You don't want a Brandon Sorsby. You want the most even, no drama.
You want a Jalen Brunson.
You want a Jalen Brunson. The worst thing is that the guy's mother is in the suite too often. Like you don't want someone who's like, oh, he did bet $90,000 and was playing on his own team while getting. I don't like it for a team that hasn't had structure, that hasn't had leadership. I want my quarterback to be really sound in every way, off the field as well.
I get what you're saying.
I don't dig it.
I get what you're saying. That's why I brought it up. Is like, is there a risk to this? And like I said, I talked to Mike Tannenbaum yesterday about it, and he was just like, no, you make the move.
Joey Cartagena, a.k.a. Fat Joe, naturally was on SportsCenter, and he was asked who would be on his ultimate hip-hop float. That's the question, right, Anthony?
Not what's going to be on his float.
His actual float.
He's got a float.
He apparently has his own float.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fat Joe has an actual float.
Yes.
Oh.
You know, Mr. Dolan and the Knicks tapped me to run the hip-hop division. My float, we got Wu-Tang, we got Mobb Deep, we got M.O.P., we got Mary J., we got Remy Ma, we got Q-Tip, we got Fabulous, Ja Rule, The Locks, my partner Jadakiss. I mean, it's going to be a Young Miami. Man, I FaceTimed my brother Q-Tip yesterday, and you know he's quiet. He was in a park basking in the sun with his Knick gear on, talking about legends that never made it from the Knicks. He was like, man, Charlie Ward, this one and that one, and Ronaldo Balkman. He says, I'm thinking about those guys, and the only way to describe it is to be in euphoria, be the happiest you ever been in your life. And there's nothing like winning a chip. And in New York City, we ain't been able to act up. We ain't been able to feel like this. I'm sure you've seen videos of the people in the streets. Tomorrow's going to be incredible. And that's why.
So what? First of all, it's very cool for a variety of reasons. The Q-tip part of it's awesome. I texted with Tip yesterday. He is on cloud 9. We should get him on the show, by the way, before the week's up. But also, so what is he going to do with that many artists? You think that he'll have artists at different points along, and then they'll come, people will join, people will leave?
Or it's just a very large float?
I mean, how large can a float be?
I don't know.
Alicia Keys is performing. I know that.
She's performing at the City Hall.
At the end,
At the end at City Hall.
And she's going to do it, with respect to the great Jay-Z, she's going to do my favorite Empire State of Mind.
Correct.
Don, you know the slow version of Empire State of Mind? It's
beautiful.
The slow version? No.
Yeah, like the non-rap version?
No.
Oh, it's the one.
Let's hear it.
Can we give Don a little taste of the Alicia Keys version?
Yeah, I'll play it for him. I mean, I hate all versions, but yeah, sure.
You hate all versions?
All versions.
You don't.
I love that take.
Well, I got to tell you.
It's a hot take.
You know what? We love a hot take.
Really?
Now, that was the theme for the 09 Yankees.
Yeah, they both performed. What game was it, Alan? They performed in one of the games.
They did. It was well, all right, where were the games? The first two were in Philly, right?
Yeah, so maybe it's game 3 or 4.
It was 3 or 4. Probably was 4.
I was watching that at the old ESPN zone in Times Square.
Wow.
Missed that place.
That's
that
a throwback.
Cool. You ever go there, Peter?
To where?
The ESPN zone.
Oh,
Times Square.
Times Square, I don't know if I went to.
You went to the Maryland one in the lower Inner Harbor?
That's right. It was the Baltimore one. Well, I used to go there for Orioles games there, Anthony?
No, I just know that it existed because when I went, they said, "Oh, that used to be in the ESPN zone." I loved the Times Square one.
Many shows from there. At the and did the shows from the Dick Schaap studio.
Of course you did. Is that where? No, you were up in Bristol for the Stuart Scott thing.
Yeah, no, that wasn't
at the zone?
He was at the ESPN zone.
He was at the
I
zone.
was up in Bristol.
Isn't that ironic?
That's where Michael had the ketchup. Was at the ESPN zone.
Wow.
They had a dessert there, at ESPN zone in Baltimore, and I'm sure at all ESPN zones.
Mm-hmm.
They serve you the big chocolate chip cookie in the pan
yeah.
with the melting vanilla ice cream on it, like you dream about. By the way, at 6 after this segment, coming up next, Q-tip on the show.
No, I was going to ask you.
That was
did
quick.
You want me to reach out?
I did.
I thought we'd have him come by stout tomorrow, but okay.
Do you guys remember the All-Star?
I can't see him being a stout guy.
The All-Star Cafe?
Yes.
Where's the All-Star Cafe?
It was in Times Square.
Yeah, there was one of those too.
It was, Ken Griffey Jr., Shaq, and
Agassi.
Oh yeah,
my guy.
They had the original was in Orlando.
Like you dream about.
It was a good spot in Orlando.
Well, this was a good spot. That'll do it for ENN. Brought to you by our friends at Fanatics Fest. Guys, it's going down this July 16th through 19th. The biggest weekend in sports, taking over New York City. And now the world champion New York Knicks will also be there. That's right. And Danhausen. You do not want to miss it. Autographs, photo ops, live panels, podcasts, exclusive merch. Enter for a chance to win a pair of tickets on the ESPN New York app. Find the contest tile to submit your entry.
Q-tip.
That's right.
Coming up next, Don Hahn and Rosenberg take you up until 7 o'clock, and then it's Dan Gross on ESPN New York.
The New York Knicks, world champions. Finally.
Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
Enjoy it, Knicks fan. Enjoy it, Knicks Nation. Signed, sealed, and delivered, your 2026 New York Knicks.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks.
On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is changing the game. Because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. Not anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with a substitute, so you're still in on it until the final whistle. So if you're looking to get in on the biggest tournament in the world, now is your time. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right, if your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with a substitute, so you're still in on it until the final whistle. On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is changing the game. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
This is the Michael K. Show.
The Knicks are a legitimate great champion. Everybody put in front of them. They didn't just beat them, they embarrassed them. They didn't just squeak by to win a title. They won a title decisively. There's no doubt about who the best team in the NBA was this year. They are a part of forever. As long as there's an NBA, we'll talk about this Knick team. And every single Knick fan will remember this entire magical mystery run for their entire lives.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
This is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
It's happening, Knicks fans. It's been 53 years. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
16-3, beat their opponents by the most in NBA history in point differential, and now you are champions of the NBA.
Only few people that have that. When the moment gets tight, give it to me, I won't panic. And Brunson's that guy.
Bart Scott, Chris Carlin, weekdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Golf fans, the biggest names in golf are taking center stage at Shinnecock Hills. Join Team ESPN and Michelob Ultra tomorrow, June 18th from noon to 1:30 p.m. at Union Burger Bar. Michelob Ultra will be on site with prizes, samples, and giveaways. So come out and join Team ESPN and Ultra as we kick off the third major of the year. That's tomorrow, June 18th from noon to 1:30 p.m. at Union Burger Bar at 40 Bowdoin Square in Southampton, New York.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger. For the ones who get it done.
Soccer fans join R.J. Santillo and Ray Santiago on DiPietro and Rothenberg. That'll be Saturday, June 20th, for a watch party presented by Rothenberger Pilsner. Watch the match between Germany and Ivory Coast at Radicast Hall and Beer Garden in Brooklyn starting at 4 p.m. Enjoy Pilsner perfection since 1872 with the first German Pilsner. Come out, grab a cold Rothenberger, and join the energy with ESPN New York. That's R.J. Santillo and Ray Santiago live at Radicast Hall and Beer Garden on Saturday, June 20th, brought to you by Rothenberger Pilsner. Waiting on Q-Tip, who's going to be calling us momentarily. Get his thoughts on the Knicks championship while we wait. Right. Let's go to the calls. And Gilberto is in the truck. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, buddy?
Yo, what's up, Big D? Don.
What's up?
The man that has the heartbeat of New York in his palm.
Oh.
Yo, Hahn, man.
What's up?
I just don't. I got to give you your flowers, my man. You've been all over, and you've been preaching the New York gospel of the New York Knicks.
Okay.
283-point differential, 9 straight road wins, 13-1 in the last 14 games, leading to the championship. 2 sweeps before the championship, and a gentleman's sweep on top of that. But I love what you said, is that Brunson taught not only Wemby, he taught others as well, by any means necessary. And this goes to Judge, too. And I love Judge. I'm not criticizing him. But you got to start telling your teammates, okay, when we need a base hit to win, a base hit is fine, man. We don't need a home run because that might lead to a strikeout. Just saying, okay? But Don, Hahn, and Pete, constructive criticism because I love you, brother, okay?
Perfect.
I'm not going to chop you down. Just constructive criticism. Don't call people on the air that you know are on TV morons. You called Kenny and Barkley morons. Bro, you got to be a little more professional.
Oh, my God, dude.
What? You heard me.
No, you're making things up.
He never said that.
Bring it back.
No.
Bring it back.
Hold on. I don't have to. I called them yo-yos just like us.
Yo-yos. Well, yo-yos, morons.
It's not the same thing. I was saying that's what makes them great is that they're regular yo-yos just like us arguing. I was waxing poetic about how great they are.
He meant it in a affectionate way.
This is, by the way, this is what happens. I hate to say, you know what? What was our caller's name?
Gilberto.
Oh, Gilberto, I love you. You're a great guy. You're unfortunately the yo-yo because people hear a conversation that has all this context wrapped around it, and then they hear a piece of it and go, you make up a phrase that was never said because you guys know this is the kind of thing they then I'm not saying Gilberto, but other people, they'll then go on social media and tell people and create problems. How did you hear that? We were glowing about how great inside the NBA is, why can't anyone else figure out how to do it as well?
You meant it in the best way possible.
Didn't Anthony already tell us that somebody said that we said that Wembanyama tipped the ball that Brunson shot?
Yes.
Yeah, they since adjusted it to saying a caller said it, but still put your guys' quotes possibly thinking about it, not including the fact that you said, oh, no, he didn't tip it.
Well, no, we took what he said and go, oh, so what we did, like any normal person would, was go to the video, check it out. Peter and I were able to do that right away, and we both said, I don't think he touched it.
I don't understand. I thought maybe he was confusing me with you. I do believe you called someone a moron yesterday, but
I quickly apologized.
You did.
It was a moronic statement, not that he was a moron, but in the moment, I got a little caught up. Listen, I'm going to defend my comments because I thought they were completely ignorant. What he said, and it's making the rounds. It aged very well for me. What was his name again, Anthony? I'm going to leave Alan out of it because he's friends with the guy.
I don't know if that's true, but
Vincent Goodwill,
right?
Badwill,
Vincent Badwill, as Don puts it. But yeah, no, Gilberto, I didn't say that at all.
And we're a fan of Gilberto, but that was
a weird take. Constructive criticism. Here's something I didn't hear.
Where's Q-Tip?
I think we're getting him on the line right now. Maybe I gave him the wrong number. He said he was getting voicemail. He's here. We got him. I didn't think I did, but he said he was getting voicemail.
You've been working here like a decade.
Listen, I'm doing the best I can.
Q-Tip, I want to apologize to you and to your family that you were given the wrong phone number. That's terrible. It's disrespectful even. How are you, buddy? Great.
Now he's there. Don's about to lose it. Tip, how are you?
Hey.
How are you?
I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. I mean, I'm just like in a, oh my goodness, all of the superlatives everybody's been saying, the 53 years, the 26 years since last time in the it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. And it couldn't have happened. If it was going to happen, of course, it would happen in this fantasy, not even fantasy, but in this just like superhero kind of way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like true to the New York ethos, the little guy, the grit, the unlikeliest of athletic bond gets it done. Castaways, not necessarily through the draft. It's not a big three. Yada yada yada, and we're the ones to do it. It feels great. How you guys feeling, Don?
It's been a lot of fun to be able to see this, and Alan's been just a hero to Knicks fans and everything that he's done.
I've been insufferable, Q.
Alan, I know. Hey, look, dude, I watch all of the post games, and I watched the games for years. You and Wally, I see it, and for us to finally get it done in such a kind of New York way, though.
Right.
Like the way that we played, like just, what Mike Brown did. I mean, there's enough. I mean, the praise plate kind of goes around to everybody, right?
Sure.
But,
yeah.
Mike Brown to take a lot of his, understudyship that he got from Pop and Steve, and to apply that kind of that kind of in-game, decision making here. It was just a masterstroke, man. And Brunson, I mean, you can't say enough about him, man. I go back to the days of like Sugar Ray Richardson, So it's like to see this. It's like you can't say enough about this.
Like
guy,
these
man.
teams, these teams, Q, were always like that. You're talking about. You go back to them, right? That was a great backcourt too, by the way. Michael Ray and
here we go.
Sugar Ray.
It wasn't
Rory,
right? It wasn't Rory Sparrow.
Well, Rory came after, but there was all like they all blend at this point, right? But like the 80s stuff. Then you had Bernard for a minute, then the tragic injury, and then of course Patrick's early years, the bomb squad. Then you had the Riley years. But there was always something like flawed about all of them. And I used to always say like there's something like excruciating about the experience of once the Knicks go to the playoffs, because you just always feel like when they win, they are hanging on, and when they lose, they look overwhelmed. And like this year, that's why this feels like this is a comic book. This is like this is Spider-Man, because this year was the first year where it's like, wait, in New York, it's never this easy, and they smacked so many teams that you almost didn't know. You didn't know how to act. You didn't know how to feel. To a point, like you just weren't used to this bounces going your way. The guy who is breaking hearts on the road is not Reggie Miller coming in your building. No, it's Deuce McBride going into Philly. Like you know what I mean? Like that just never used to happen. So this has
never happened.
This has really been like the comic book.
When did you start to think this is like real? Would you remember which game in the playoffs you were like, oh man, this could actually happen?
I mean, after we got rid of Philly, I felt like it was like, okay, this is happening. And you in true New York sports fan fashion, you don't want to get too ahead of yourself. You don't want to start calling your buddies. You start adhering to all of your superstitions. You're bringing out the jersey. You don't know if you're going to call the last time we won, I was sitting here, so let me make sure that I sit. You know what I mean?
I did that.
It's like,
I did that. Absolutely. I wouldn't wear for all the shows, all the post-game shows, whoever they were playing, and there was about 3 straight series I couldn't wear red. Nothing. No red.
Because the one time you did is probably the last time we were on.
And then
like
the
you said,
finals,
man,
no black.
and then no black for the finals. It's like we had to all kind of, rabbit foot this thing. But you know what? Like you said, it was Superman. None of that mattered because it was destiny. It's like like you said, the way they were smacking everybody though, bro. I mean, sweeping dudes. And then, of course, all of the talking heads is like, oh, they're not really playing anybody. It's a funny thing. Not to to go off topic.
Here we go.
But, everybody is like, you get into the whole GOAT conversation, which is kind of nauseating at this point. LeBron and Jordan. Oh, well, Jordan didn't play anybody. Who did they play? Byron and Stockton, and they wouldn't play anybody. Braun played against this one and that one. If that's the case, and we're in the 2020s, and this is the best of the best, the most advanced athlete that's 5 inches taller now, and 10% more muscle mass, and runs a 40 at this and yada yada, just the best athlete, and we have our starting five. You're not, writing up a dissertation about the complex athletics that we put out on the floor, and then we get it done. You know what I mean? And then you hear some people say, "Oh, well, they didn't really go through anybody." Well, wait till they get to San Antonio. Oh no, he's young, and it's like, stop, guys.
No, don't even listen to that. Those are the haters. And besides, if you're the best team in basketball, theoretically you should be better than everybody you're playing. So I don't know what the issue is.
There you go.
Now,
these guys are professionals. It's only about 4,000 of them that play this game, out of millions of kids around the world that are trying. So it's like, let's stop that. But
listen, I can hear it in your voice. Well, let me ask you. I know you as a Jet fan. So if the Jets were ever to do this, would it hit the same, better, a little off? Let's go to Fantasyland and let's go there. Why not? The Knicks just won a title.
Let's go there. You know what is what's eerie about this in terms of the Jets is I kind of feel like they're on the right trajectory in terms of what Muji and Glenn are doing in terms of their personnel. They had a hell of a draft, A+ draft. Their free agent signing was, they did really well there. And of course, you come in first time head coach, first time GM. This is a family show, but this was an explicative show. The Jets were. They were an explicative show. It was just a mess. That what they inherited was just a mess. So they're trying to right the ship. So I feel like that they could be on the path. But if they were to win, it would be seismic. It depends on how they do it. You know what I mean? But I don't think, because you're talking about an aggregate of Rangers fans, Islanders fans, Devils fans, Mets fans, Yankees fans. Baseball is split, hockey split.
Football,
the Nets. Football split. Like the Knicks are New York's team. You know what I mean? It's not the Nets. And I think back to, I remember when I was a kid, my cousin was like, one day he was cursing because he was a diehard Knicks fan. We could have had Dr. J. They didn't take him. They was giving him Dr. J for free. I can't believe it. And it was like that was the start for me, for my young mind. But thankfully, like that year, Chris Chambliss had a great, ALCS. Even though we didn't win that year, we won the next 2 years. But for New York, this is something that this is once in a lifetime thing. It's not gonna probably be this again unless we repeat in the fashion that we repeat in. It could come close, but nothing is gonna beat that. Like Game 4. Game 4 was like. Game 4 was just.
I'll never forget it.
You multiply 53 years times the comeback. It's like
being on that floor was the only place in the world to be. That court after that game. It's nothing like that.
I know. I was supposed to be there, but thanks, Chris Rock. He stood me up.
Damn.
Well, his +1 was Adam Sandler.
I'm going to give it to him for the rest of his life for that one.
Now,
but Don, what do you think? I mean, Don, you've seen it. You've seen a lot of this, bro. Is this like the biggest? Is this the biggest championship that New York has experienced in modern times?
Yeah, for all the reasons you said, Q, is that there's no rival. No offense to the Brooklyn Nets, but when the Giants won their first Super Bowl, there's a bunch of Jet fans that yawned and said, all right, whatever. And the same thing when the Rangers won in '94, Islander fans, Devil fans are like, all right, whatever. But there's just not enough Net fans, I think, to move the needle. And it's a city game, and the way they won and how long it took to win it, it's number one for me in my lifetime. I've never seen the city gravitate to a team like this. It is pretty amazing.
It's like unifying.
Storm. You know, we're in social media now. There's the watch parties. We didn't have that back 30, 40 years ago. So there's a lot that I think have helped the Knicks, but right now, this is hitting way different than anything I've ever seen.
And all the other things you laid out at the beginning, too, I think, Tip, about like how Brunson, the kind of player that he is. And let me just ask you, before we let you go, I think I hit you up like last season sometime, maybe even the season before, but I feel like last season. And I was like, hey, how much would Fife have loved this Knicks team?
Oh, my God. I cried, bro. Because that's the first person I thought. It's funny because I spoke to Shaq the day after. And he was like, yo, hey, man, the first person I thought about was Fife.
Yeah.
That was the first person I thought about. I was like, where he was like, because, you know, we was working on his album, and they were in the studio. And he said, I had this rhyme, and I was talking about dunking on Patrick Ewing, and Fife stopped the music, and he was like, hey, wait. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't. And he said, all right, Fife, all right, I'll change it. And he said he was the first person he thought about. And obviously, you know, for me, like, he's just always with me. And just, I know he would just be, Jerome said we would probably have to go scrape him off of a ceiling right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's just amazing. I mean, now, I have a question for the Brain Trust that are you three here.
Okay.
And you know, we're New Yorkers, so we could be a little greedy. Can we do it again? What are we looking like at Summer League? How many picks do you have? We heard this is a deep draft.
3 picks.
What exactly do we need?
Money.
Like, can we pick
Cap
money?
space.
Yeah, cap space.
Yeah, I'll give you each. So the first one is, can you repeat? Yes. Yeah. Like, is it possible? It absolutely is, because you're going to run it back with pretty much the same team. The draft is a like 20 pick 26 and then 31. So you got 2 seconds, but they're valuable.
I think it's 24, right?
24, right? 24, 31, and then another 31 is a really valuable pick because it's like barely the first pick out of in the second round. So there's going to be value in that. So I like, we'll see what they end up doing there, and then. What the needs? The needs are that the NBA says we're going to get rid of the second apron because it sucks and nobody likes it, because that's really going to be the thing that inhibits the ability to run it back fully with everybody. Because you can't put yourself over the second apron. It really puts you in hell. And so that's the thing to watch, is how do they move the money around enough to make it affordable to keep, or not affordable, but just to fit under that second apron, Mitchell Robinson and other pieces that were so valuable on that bench.
Yeah, we have to get Mitch back, and then I think Cat is up, right? Cat is up, and they're looking at 272 next year.
Extension eligible
for the extension.
Yeah,
but does he say, you know what, keep 40? I mean that you know that's on him, obviously.
Well, you got Halliburton back. What's Detroit going to do?
What's Boston going to do?
What's Boston going to do, I think, is a fabulous question. But, man, enjoy it. Don't worry about that for at least a few months, all right? Enjoy this championship.
Hey, enjoy the parade tomorrow.
Yeah.
We heard Fat Joe talking about you coming out on a float tomorrow.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. He's going to have a little float out there. It's going to be insane. They're saying $3 million?
Bro,
or more.
It's going to be absolutely nuts, man. So happy for you, dude. I know this means the world. So thanks for making time for us.
Hope
buddy.
I see you out that way, Q. Say hello.
Yeah, hope to see you, man. Thank you, guys. Go Knicks. Congratulations.
Later, man.
Oh, he's so great. I'm so happy for him.
I mean, you talk about knowledgeable as a sports fan.
Oh, listen,
like,
he knew where they were
dead
drafting.
serious.
Oh, he's
But Don, the irony, the funny part is for big A Tribe Called Quest fans, growing up, because of what he included in the actual lyrics, everyone thought Fife was the sports guy. No one thought of Q-Tip. Q-Tip was the ladies' man. Fife was the sports guy.
Right.
And then in getting to know him in later years, he's as you know, an obsessive, lunatic, driven, statistical sports fan. So fun treat, man.
Well, good for him. Good for all the Knick fans. We will be at Stout tomorrow
That's
at
right.
3 o'clock celebrating the parade. Dan Gross is up next. He'll take your calls up until 9. 1-800-919-3776. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Replacing your home's AC system isn't exactly pocket change. Let's be real. Most people don't have thousands of dollars just lying around.